this evening. A lot to talk about. Y'all give me a second here. Let me see. Cold up here past couple of days in the Northeast. We see temperatures. This is the point where he was waiting for people to show up. Huh? So anyway, here in the past couple of days in the Northeast, we've had temperatures from 4 degrees to 9 degrees, 10 degrees. Even if them donations were slowing through, I still ain't gonna be outside because it was so cold. Yeah, so oftentimes when I'm on here, and I got some other work to take care of, but oftentimes when I'm on here, I tell people all the time, you should listen to what I tell you. And there's a reason you should listen to what I tell you, but I'm not going to tell you that right now. But I would say if it was anybody you should listen to here on these YouTube streets, but when it comes to Diddy stuff, I would be one of the main people you should pay attention to. And why would you say that? Well, because I worked with the company for 17 years. That's for one. Two, I know how this company flows. Three, let's just say every now and then I talk to people. So let me put it to you this way. And I'm never going to tell you what those conversations consist of, so you can forget that. This is the funny thing. I told Joe, I believe it was Thursday. I said it's going to be some things that come up this week. Be prepared, watch it. You know what I'm saying? Boom, here it is. I couldn't do nothing about this. But oftentimes I get on here and I tell you vloggers, I say to you, I say, hey, better watch what you say. Be careful what you say. You're not the only ears listening. Watch what you say. Be careful what you say. And watch your moves. Because you're not the only people listening. Watch what you say. Be careful who you entertain. Because you're not the only ears listening. Watching. So a lot of these guys right here on YouTube and many other facilities interviewed Courtney Burgess many of times. And I say this again, this is where he made his mistake. As with many of y'all make y'all mistake this way. Y'all want to be superstars in a traditional form that where you can't be a superstar. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's a few people that get in here and they get some extra contractual agreements and deals or whatever. But if you want to be a superstar, it don't start with YouTube. All right, YouTube is not gonna make you a superstar. What it does is it makes you a temporary person. Then they move on to the next temporary person, whoever that might be, the superstar for that moment. With Courtney Burgess, where he made his mistake was he tried to go to every outlet there was, and he tried to do what I would call, and many other people would call, an old school form of advertising. And the first mistake that y'all made is when y'all did that press conference hearing right there on the front of the steps of the courthouse. Should have never did that. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was when they did that move right there, it kind of like solidified something that I would think would be interpreted as being insulting, or here we coming full force, or whatever intentions were. And I'm going to read the details of this in a minute, but I just want to put this out there. And so whatever Ariel's intentions were, you know what I'm saying? I really, that's for her. That's for her. You understand what I'm saying? Ariel, I still think you fine as hell, though, man, for real. That's a bad She's so fine. That's what the problem is. She fine as hell. Excuse me, I had a little laughs here. Ariel fine, that motherfucking boy. I'm trying to tell you, G. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, give me 1 second here, y'all. I think Ariel ain't the problem necessarily. Because Ariel will have a new client, regardless if it was Courtney Burgess or not. she gonna get a paper. She from Chi-Town. I know how she get down. So she a city gal, really underneath it all, and a country gal. But I digress on that right there. I want to like her. So and all these YouTubers, and there's another one too. What's her name? Lisa Smells. Let's call her Lisa Smells. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Let's call her Lisa Smells. Lisa Smells, you better watch out too, because you delivered something last night that was totally untrue. Very untrue. And you know it and I know it. And I'm going to tell what it was. This is why y'all got to watch the vloggers y'all listening to. And this is also why you got to watch and contemporary of who you paying attention to and you getting your information from. A lot of these people that are giving you information about these stories about Puff and other people, whatever, these are people that have never been in the music industry a day in their life. They don't have any friends in the music industry. They have never touched the streets of the music industry. They don't never know what the process is, even with a contractual agreement as far as a record company. They don't know what it is to be in this spotlight, that spotlight, this spotlight. These are people reaching for a spotlight. You understand what I'm saying? Even some of them, right? Believe it or not, even some of them, you know what I'm saying? Now, we don't do that unk shit over here. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. 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 Hold on one second, y'all. Just when we start the lives, we get a little riff-raff in here. They want to call you the N-word and all kinds of other stuff. So we just don't even pay attention to them. Thank you very much. Jalen, if you could you put in my Cash App $ STRINGERBELL80. Again, $STRINGERBELL80. He said, no disrespect. You kind of look like DMX. I get that all the time. We get DMX, ASAP Rocky. I guess it's just this northeast flow or something like that. I appreciate the compliment. When it comes to this one particular vlogger last night, her name was Lisa Schmelz. That's what I'm going to call her, all right? But y'all can figure it out. But Lisa Schmelz, she went on a podcast. You think, motherfucker, oh, you was a topic today. You was a topic of conversation. And she did this whole diatribe talking about, and this is what her words were, Trump said he wasn't going for pardoning Diddy. And she related this and shoot this to her audience. $S as in super, T as in terrific, R as in right, I as in incomplete, N as in never, G as in great, E as in everyone, R as in ready, B as in boy, E as in everyone, L as in life, L as in life, the number 8 and 0. So this particular woman went on her podcast last night and told her audience, and then told them again, you know what I'm saying? Told them again. Hold on one second. Somebody in here saying something crazy, and you getting flagged for that. We don't do stuff like that over here. Some dude wrote in my chat room, my ex was underage. Now, we don't do stuff like that over here. If you're looking for the comedy section, let me just make this announcement real quick, guys. And for the people that want to be here, I got y'all. This is not a comedy station. I'm not your friend. I don't want to conversate with you about goofy stuff. I don't care what your opinion is. I'm here to derive what I derive and push what I push, and that's it. I don't need your friendships or none of that. If you are people that I've never seen before, for all those people that be here with me and rock with me, I appreciate every last one of y'all, especially those out of almost 24,000 people we going on, those 10 people that contribute to my channel. You know what I'm saying? So you understand what I'm saying? No, Stringer Bell. You spelled everything right. It ain't no Stringer Boy. Don't worry about it, man. I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Anyway, long story short, Lisa Schmelz went on her channel. Glad I got it. Okay, I got it now. Lisa Schmelz went on her channel. Thank you anyway, homie. Lisa Schmelz went on her channel, and she reported that Trump and Biden refused to pardon Diddy. This conversation has never even come up. This conversation has never come up. I know for a fact, I was just at Trump Tower in person. Do y'all not see the video on my page? Go right now to my live section on my page. I was just up at Trump Tower. You understand what I'm saying? I was just up at Trump Tower. This is New York City tri-state business. And so we got this girl who thinks she's, and I'm on to the Hollywood Reporter. I got y'all, don't worry about it. I'm gonna show y'all did an article for this chick, right? Talking about when she saw the future of the what's the name going. She got that from me. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, in 2 of my lives that I did at the Diddy arraignments, right? At 2 of my what's the name where I did at the Diddy arraignments, right? Check this out. Thank you, man. At 2 of the arraignments that I went to for the Diddy arraignments, I had a whole conversation within those lives, and I'm going to go and extract them, and I'm going to post them up for you, and I'm going to leave the date. Very easily, you'll be able to see, almost doppelganging what I said, she presented to these folks over the Hollywood Reporter, in my personal opinion. You understand what I'm saying? There's a bit of plagiarism going on here. I ain't no sucker, so she can have it. But shorty, stop. What happens is when you do stuff like that, now they're going to come back and ask you for the next thing. So now you either going to have to make two choices. You either steal that information, you understand what I'm saying, from somebody else, or unfortunately, when you make moves like that, they always come back and ask again, well, what else you got? That's all I'm saying. I'm saying, so you keep that. But I just want the qualification of when you match the date in which she, I guess, did this article, which was like damn near December, maybe the end of November. And then you reach back and you see why I made the comment at. I was already in interaction as far as putting up posts about how I didn't like her, my disdain for her, you know what I'm saying, for at least 2 or 3 months. She knew this. And she's been over here before. Trust me, I done put her in titles before. So she knew I was talking to her. So the point I'm getting at is, shorty, you're a plagiarist. And I'm going to prove it. You understand what I'm saying? But plagiarism is something that runs rampant around here on this app. And that's fine. That's fine. But I'm going to prove my point. I've been having conversations about this stuff for a while. And I know when I hear a woman that gets there on her channel and tells her audience that Biden and Trump refuse to give Diddy a pardon when the conversation hasn't even come up, you should be held accountable for that. You should be held accountable for that. So you think you fooling everybody. You couldn't go live for about 2 weeks, isn't that right? That's why all your shit been uploads. Yeah, you thought I ain't peeped that, huh? Shorty, I've been here for 5 years. You think I ain't peeped that? She couldn't go live because she had some restriction against her account. So what she was doing, instead of, you know what I'm saying, instead of keeping it real, she was going on there and basically she was doing uploads. She's been doing uploads for like the past week and a half. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not making fun of her. I'm just telling you, this is the reason why she can't go live. She couldn't go live. She might have got back to the what's her name now, but she couldn't go live. You understand? So that's why all her shit on Lisa Smell's page, you know who Lisa Smells is, you know what I'm talking about. That's why her page like that. So she's been throwing up uploads. So to keep the momentum going, she got to be more salacious in her stories, because now she don't have a live format to do her trajectory from and do, you know, what I consider to be lies. If you sit there on your channel, you tell everybody Biden and I got some groundbreaking news, Biden and Trump refused to pardon Diddy. I was like, huh? And then she doubled down on it later on today. So I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So I'm just telling any blogger that fall into that motion, that fall into that design, you better watch yourself in the next coming weeks. I would watch what I say on your podcast. I would watch who you interview or whatever. And I want to say this to you to be all fair. As we talk about Courtney Burgess and we talk about Ariel, you understand what I'm saying? I want to put in position this right here. Yeah, I got him out. I see him. They think I don't see him. I see him. If I were someone that interviewed these people, if I were you, I would take some of those videos down. Now I'm gonna tell you why, or put them on, put them on pause or something. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a chance, because see, and I want to be respectful as I can. There's a chance that your podcast could be used as information. Now, what I mean by that is, a lot of people don't believe this, but I just saw this recently. And shout out to Vlog, shout out to Bidaf, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bidaf, you know what I mean? Like, this is the thing. You can have your podcast submitted as evidence within a criminal case now. Did y'all not know that? Or, and emphatically enough, in civil litigations as well. I ain't saying I'm hoping that. I'm just saying this is what's going on now. So I hope you're familiar with that. A lot of these people, they have lawyers that are not up to privy on new laws that have now come into creation in 2024, and then they had a mile of sitting, and then other laws as well. But let's get into this, right? Because I want y'all to hear this, and I just wanted to give that little diatribe just to give some information, to get some some parables to where a lot of people are online. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, this one named Lisa Smells, you better clean that shit up. You better clean that shit up quickly. And this whole, I said allegedly, that don't hold up against everything. Just to let y'all know, just because you say Oh, allegedly, that don't hold up with everything. You need to put a lot more substance behind it. So in the future, what I would do is I would put a little bit more substance behind it. And it's for the Hollywood Reporter, like I said to them, and make sure, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, and to the to the Hollywood Reporter, I would say this to you. That little gal that y'all got over there that y'all depending on for news and all that stuff or whatever, or you think she's an insightful person in the game or whatever, she's doing no more. She's a Google expert. You understand what I'm saying? She goes and Googles things. She ain't got no inside information. She don't know nobody in the game, and nobody in the game would mess with her based on the fact that she's a gossiping vlogger. She knows that, and I know that. That's why you notice ain't nobody buying to be on a channel. You understand what I'm saying? And real quick, too, choke no joke. Yeah, Brooklyn, listen to me for a minute. Don't go over there messing with that Brooklyn. Don't go over there messing with that Brooklyn. Don't go over there messing with that Bronx. Don't go over there. You know understand what I'm saying? Like, don't go over there messing with that Bronx. Don't go over there / Brooklyn. Don't go over there messing with that. Don't go over there messing with that. You know damn well what I'm talking about, too, because I heard you mention that yesterday. On the city, don't go over there messing with that. Not because it'll mess up anything that go with pub. No. You can fail you want to on that. Nah. Don't go messing with her because that's where the fluff is over there. Anytime I hear a woman sit up on her podcast, and it was funny because Choke No Joke was talking about her yesterday, and he was like, let me correct you. The first thing he had to do was say, let me correct you on something. Anytime, and this seems to be a pattern with this female vlogger, like, everybody unanimously says, and it's in the comments, it's in people that do testimonies about her. I've seen this on other bloggers' pages that talk about her. It says she's always incorrectly, giving information. Like she's trying to give information in a hurry, this Lisa Schmelz. And so I'm like, yo, did you really just say that Biden and Trump denied Diddy a part? I said, did she really say that? And see, this is the problem. These people are doing this for giggles, and she thinks she's untouchable. There's a lot of these vloggers that think they're untouchable. Like there's one in England, he thinks he's untouchable. Well, I live in England, and so I'm untouchable. No, it's going to bother me. Oh, my mate over in New Zealand. Oh, my other mate up in Canada. Oh, we're rather safe, aren't we? We're under the King's and Queen's jurisdiction. Is that so? Is that so? Let me ask you a question. If you were in prison for 9 years, while the rest of the society was making millions and millions of dollars, traveling, moving around the world, or whatever the case may be, right? The world keeps going on when you're in prison. This man was in prison for 9 years, got deported out of the United States, or like we like to call dip, because he had an ex-Jamaican wife. You see what I'm dealing with? Bigger things gonna happen. You see what I said, big man? Huh? Now look at you now. You're dipped. You're gone. You got rushed. So anyway, they got rid of him, deported him, got him out the country or whatever. He's been residing in England, and he's like the top talker with all things Diddy. And he was one of the people that actually was the first people I saw, the boy Courtney Burgess, on his show. And Courtney said a lot on your show. You tried to play him last time in defense of him, this on New York. You tried to play him on your show, but he played you last time. Y'all thought y'all was playing him, and he played y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, they didn't look. So they had him on the show 2 times. As Courtney Burgess doing. I'm gonna read the information for you in a minute. I just want to, for all those that's catching up and wonder what I'm talking about, so I'll talk about it later. They had this Courtney Burgess individual that was on there that claimed that he had some information. He was the one that actually delivered the book about Kim Porter, the purported book. He was shut down along with a guy named Chris Todd, who was evidently the guy. And I've seen countless interviews of this cocky motherfucker. You think you untouchable too, don't you? That's why I like to call them the untouchables, because the amount of I don't know what it's one thing in being cocky. It's another thing in being your mama's a yap. Watch anybody come in, they say yap, or whatever. When they come in and say that, that means you're on to something I don't want the rest of the crowd to hear. So therefore, I need to write this in the chat to divert attention. No, nigga, we're going to stay with the motherfucking premise. The point is, you understand what I'm saying? They wrote this book talking about Kim Porter. These same individuals that were talking about Kim Porter on their podcast past December couldn't even say on their same podcast, happy birthday, Kim Porter, yet and still they use Kim Porter's name every day. Let's talk about that. See, I see through niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you could pull that fraud and all this articulation of bullshit they do on YouTube or whatever, whatever. I'm not a YouTuber, dog. I'm just somebody that happen to be on you. I'm a rapper and a musician that happen to be on YouTube. Put it that way. And I happen to be one of these people that's very few and very unique that was actually in the music industry when this stuff was transacting. And what the problem is you got people that'll come in and they'll try to deliver you stories and present it to the world like this dude over in England. How the hell were you around to know if any of this stuff is true or not true when you was locked up in prison over being a pill addict and being a pill dealer? That makes sense to you? And now you're sitting in England since 2005. So how you know what happened between those years? You shouldn't even have no comment on something that happened in 2012. You wasn't even in America. You get what I'm saying? The more you derive it and use your actual mind and your actual senses, it starts to make a lot more sense to you. You understand what I'm saying? What's going on, B? So, the other guy in England and numerous other people have tried. I think he was on Pork Chop's channel or had some. I don't know if he was on Pork Chop's channel or not. Now, I don't think he was on Pork Chop's channel. I know he was on at least 4 channels I saw, but the one that gained the most traction for me that I saw was when he was over there getting interviewed by Anton LaVey Atwood. And I said, okay, because that was the one that pushed the most for him. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm sitting there and I'm looking and I'm listening to what he said at that time. Now, let me emphasize even more. Courtney Burgess was supposed to be at court. As everybody know, they know me, they know how I move. So that day, I went to court anticipating that I would see him. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was Courtney didn't show up for court. And this was supposed to be his second deposition, I think. You understand what I'm saying? And providing information and whether or not this information he had from these logs from Kim Porter and whatever metrics they are, you understand what I'm saying, was supposed to be seen by the grand jury down in New York here in the New York City tri-state down at the courthouse. He didn't show up. And I reported that night and that evening, yo, he didn't show up. And I didn't announce it to anybody because I just kind of wanted to be like, okay, if I catch him, I catch him. If I don't, I don't. I don't want to announce it to people. You understand what I'm saying? But he didn't show up. And I sat there, I'm going to say for 3.5 hours, and it's on camera. The whole place got camera. So, you understand what I'm saying? I know how many people down there. So it's like, you know what I mean? How you going to argue that? So he tells the public that he did show up. I said, well, would you come through a secret door? Because you're not a priority. Even if you're a priority, meaning like you're somebody like Diddy's entourage, Jay-Z or whatever. It's a lot of times you can go through the front entrance. There's another entrance too, which I know of or whatever, but you didn't go there. What this motherfucker wrote in here? Just missing the white on your nose. Nigga, get the fuck out of my chat room. Yo, there's some crazy people on here, bro. Crazy niggas. Anyway, you didn't show up for court, dog. Simple as that. You didn't show up for court. I reported on it. It's still on my page. I did a short of it and there's a long form of it. You didn't show up for court. And so whatever reason you didn't show up for court, that's on you or whatever the case may be. But there was no more talk after that. Shortly after that, subsequently, Courtney Burgess went dead for a minute. Ain't nobody see him for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just thought something happened to him. I said, nah, he all right. He all right. He be all right. You know what I'm saying? So he reappeared. You know what I'm saying? And where does he reappear? Over there with Anton LaVey Atwood and team. And I said, oh, man, you went back over there. But this time he did it smart. You know what I'm saying? He did it real smart. You know what I mean? And I was like, yo, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? So he played them, but they thought they was playing him. And they did subsequently after that. That's why I say you got to watch who you talk to, big up. You know what I'm saying? That's Unc right there. You know what I'm saying? Courtney Burgess, that's Unc. He look like Unc. You went over there talking to these two doofies. You know what I'm saying? And when you was talking to these two goofies, because that's what they are, they two goofies. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pretend like they tough. You ain't tough, you pussy. So anyway, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These two English motherfuckers. Anyway, he went over there talking to them. And when he was talking to them, he kind of made a mockery of himself, talking about he was a boss. He had the K with him, talking about he was Illuminati. He fed them all the shit they wanted to hear. That's what y'all like to talk about, right? UFOs, or like on your off time, y'all like to talk about UFOs and witches and, You got a shamanic witch over there. Da, da, da. I noticed you grab witches real quick, huh? Oh, you a pagan, my fault. Didn't I say this from the beginning? Y'all ain't, if y'all been over there to Anti-LaVey Atwood's page, ain't y'all notice an abundance of witches over there all of a sudden out of the blue? And he be having many of witches over there out of the blue. Like you go over there, like I think it was this past Saturday, he had a meeting with like 4 witches. I'm like, why are you getting all these clairvoyants and all this shit? They're like, what do y'all wait for? Oh, I forgot. This is y'all season. See, they're gonna be celebrating another cusp on what is it? In February, then another one, Easter. This is a highlight of pagans' holidays right here. You know what I'm saying? All the way up to the spring solstice, ain't that correct? Goodbye. So let me read this article for you guys so you guys can hear this. So we can find out what's going on here. Let's start here. Sean Diddy Combs filed a defamation lawsuit Wednesday in New York federal court against Next Star Media Inc. News Nation. Courtney Burgess, an attorney, Ariel Mitchell, according to the documents obtained by Fort and by what's the name. So they didn't even just include, and I want y'all to notice this, they didn't just include Courtney Burgess, but also Ariel Mitchell, but also News Nation. Now you're asking yourself, why is News Nation involved in that or whatever? Because News Nation has been out here repeatedly doing kind of like the same thing. They've been giving interviews to all these like conspiracy theorists, people that don't have no proof of what they're saying. Like what you notice is with a lot of these people that are accusers, they never have any proof. Ain't you found that weird? Like even as we're sitting here talking about Courtney Burgess, you know, we're basing on what he said off a rumor. You know, and let's not forget, Amazon pulled this book. You understand what I'm saying? As far as the Chris Todd dude is concerned, he's doing the same thing, running around. Now, he was on Pork Chop's channel. And I think Pork Chop handled that all right. I don't always be down on Pork Chop. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I can't understand the big head motherfucker. But you know what I'm saying? Long story short, Pork Chop does some good work sometimes. So Pork Chop, if you don't know who Pork Chop is, that's it. I don't be promoting people. But Pork Chop had him on his channel. And when Pork Chop had him over there, Pork Chop handled it correct. I ain't even gonna front to you. Pork Chop handled it correct. You understand what I'm saying? But when Chris Todd was on his other joint, I understood that he had a different direction. He was rather cocky. He was rather talking about how I know police officers, buddy. Listen, it don't matter how many police officers you know. Court cases are not adjudicated by police officers. They're adjudicated by judges. You understand what I'm saying? And there's cops. They get caught. I can tell you right now, especially if we're talking about New York City, we're not talking about wherever you're from. We're talking about New York City, where it preside. There are cops in New York City, right, that will turn their back on crooked cops. You understand what I'm saying? When it comes down to litigation, you're not a cop, dude. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the biggest mistake that many, I hate to say it like this, many of men of that same culture, white culture, make a mistake of. They think because they become friends with a police officer, that makes them exempt from the law. They believe if they become federal informants for white police officers, and being that they're white it's themselves, they believe that gives them some form of protection or something like that. You are not protected in any type of litigation, any type of civil lawsuit. And I think you should hold privy to that and do some deeper investigation of that. Because it doesn't matter how many CI ventures you've been on. It doesn't matter how many times you've helped out the police. It doesn't matter. The law has to be adjudicated as the law is adjudicated, sir. And there's no favors when it comes to that. And you'll see that with the convictions of police officers, convictions of crooked judges, like the one we just had down in Pennsylvania that was sending kids to jail at a very young age, just getting a rap sheet on him. Did y'all see that? He was doing cash for kids. This old guy, he had to be like 70-something years old. This judge had been sitting on and presiding on the bench for years. They got away. They threw away with him. So, sir, don't get on these podcasts and like, well, this is his attitude. I'm a white man. I'm not worried about that. No, sir, they will put your ass in jail too. You understand what I'm saying? So please don't get that messed up. And I think if you a confidential informant, because that's what you said you were, you said I work with the police, so that to me spells confidential informant. Well, not so much confidential, but informant. So if you're an informer and you're an informant, you help police with cases and everything. I applaud you. I'll be the first one here to say I applaud your tenacity. But sir, I know you ain't that rich because you sat up there and you was bragging how you made $1 million off Kim Porter, yet and still you ain't even make a motherfucking post during her birthday last month to tell Kim Porter happy birthday. Out of all this advocating on everybody's page, Pork Chop and everybody else, and please don't make no mistake about it. I'm not a nobody. I worked with Bad Boy Entertainment for 17 years. Everybody on this panel knows, on this platform knows this. So I make no mistake about it. You're not talking to somebody that's not in touch with folks and don't talk to folks and don't see what's going on. Because I know the difference between somebody that's lying and somebody's trying to inject themselves into a situation. Now, I don't know your deal with you and Courtney. I don't want to sit here and pretend like I do. But what I would tell you is let what's going on with Courtney be the first example to you. Because, sir, it don't matter who you think you protected by or who you think is on your side or whatever. It doesn't stop oncoming litigation. It doesn't stop oncoming judication. You understand what I'm saying? And the quicker you understand that, the quicker you'll be. And please don't think Puff is broke. I heard the other one saying that tonight too. Alicia Schmelz. She said Puff ain't got nobody. He's running out of money. That's why he's suing. That's why he's suing Ariel and Courtney, because he's running out of money. Bitch, this nigga worth $1 billion. He been locked up only since September. So you don't know the scope of money. I like to take that word. Hasselmore said that one time. She don't know money like I know money. See what I'm saying? She don't know money like I know money. Do you know how long it would take you to get through $20 million? They're spending it on lawyers. It don't work that way. That's how I know she ain't never really had no real money. But anyway, let me continue. And when I say that from the scope of I worked with multi-millionaires, Puff being specific, from 99 going into 2000 all the way up to almost 2017. You understand what I'm saying? So my whole adult life, I've been around, lived like them, drank like them, ate like them, partied with them, everything. You understand? They're Puff and the artist. So you're not talking to a fake here. So when I hear this stuff and I'm like, okay, we ain't never seen no shit like that. When other artists are coming up here, they say, nah, we ain't seen no shit like that either. Puff ain't pay none of us to say that. Puff ain't push for none of us to say that. This is our own accord of what we saw and we didn't see. You understand? I never saw any of the stuff that they're talking about. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. I'm just saying I didn't see it. And I know a litany of other people that worked with me that said, I didn't see any of this stuff either. And we were in many of different occasions where you would quote unquote call it intimate and none of this stuff proceeds. So I'm gonna say that from my own point of view. You understand what I'm saying? From my own point of view. And mind you, I was one of the people that was running around with a camera. There's multiple pictures I got from decades. I was one of the guys that was running around recording things. I got multiple videos from decades, and none of them depict anything like this. I can put them on a table and be like, here, look at whatever you want to look at. It doesn't matter, because there's not going to be nothing there to influence anything. But the problem I have is, well, let me continue with this. Let me read this out, and then we'll get to the point. Sean Diddy Combs filed a defamation lawsuit Wednesday in New York federal court against Nexstar Media Inc. News Nation. Now, that was the point I was dropping off at. The reason that News Nation is implemented in it is, just like I said, is because they're interviewing all these different podcasters, all these different personalities, or whatever. That's why they're named in the lawsuit too, News Nation. I've heard several different people that were podcasters, and these I like to call them podcast personalities. These people, they go from what's the name, then put it on tape. Nigga, suck a dick backwards. How about that, nigga? I don't know you. The fuck I gotta prove to you? It always be the people, well, you're doing that stand. This ain't town square. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to do nothing for you, nigga. I be showing pictures, videos on this bitch all the time. You late. You know what I'm saying? The reason News Nation is getting sued as well is because of the pure simple fact, and I'm gonna tell you what that means. They're getting sued because they're taking these like YouTube personalities and they're interviewing them. And I don't know if they're trying to make them superstars or what they're trying to do exactly, but it's turning into a point where you're going to have some litigation put against you. As you can see, you're being sued for interviewing YouTubers. I've been saying for a minute, I said, what are we in this era when they're now like interviewing mentally ill people and shit? Like, you're not, and I'm not saying everybody that they're interviewing is messed up or pointing anybody specific, but I'm just like, what era are we in where we're interviewing people that are mentally dazed? So if you're wondering why News Nation is involved in this lawsuit, which is being left out by a lot of people on purpose because they support that, or they're Tony Busby supporters. There's a lot of females out here, especially a lot of black females that are Tony Busby supporters, which is very, very, very scary. Sean Diddy Combs filed a defamation lawsuit Wednesday in New York federal court against Nexstar Media, which is the owners of News Nation, Courtney Burgess, and attorney Errol Mitchell, according to documents obtained. Diddy accused the defendants of fueling a media frenzy, fabricating outlandish claims, and stirring up baseless speculation about him for months over alleged sex tapes involving the disgraced music media mogul and additional celebrities, according to the lawsuit. He is seeking $50 million in damages. It's a pitiful spectacle. All pretense and objectivity has been abandoned as global audience feast on all-you-can-eat buffet of wild lies, conspiracy theories, docs added to the statement. Defendants are among the worst perpetrators. Defendants are the worst perpetrators in these offensive scenarios. They eagerly court. They eagerly court every opportunity. Okay, they eagerly court every opportunity to broadcast blatant falsehoods, pretending to have proof that Mr. Combs engaged in heinous acts, knowing that no such proof exists. I'm gonna say that again. They eagerly court every opportunity to broadcast blatant falsehoods, pretending they have proof that Mr. Combs engaged in heinous acts, knowing that such proof exists. And this is the problem. You got people coming out of the blue that you've never even heard of before. Like, respectfully, I never heard of Courtney Burgess a day in my life. I had to make a couple phone calls to find out who Duke was. I was like, who is this nigga? I was like, oh, he worked over there with Tone and them. You know what I'm saying? I found out, I know a couple people that know you, son. Like, they ain't never said nothing. They ain't say nothing really bad about you. They just say you was kind of slick. That's the oncoming thing I get. Like, you're trustworthy, like you'll get something done, but like overall they don't trust you. I don't know why that is, but that's what I've heard. Those are not my words, by the way. To continue, the defendants have fabricated and disseminated outrageous lies with reckless disregard for the truth. Remember I told y'all about that before? Reckless disregard for the truth. Their falsehoods have poisoned public perceptions, contaminated the jury pool. Their falsehoods have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. This complaint should be served as a warning that such intentional falsehoods, which undermine Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial, will no longer be tolerated. Let me read that for you one more time. These defendants have willingly fabricated and Oh, hold on one second. I want y'all to actually hear this. I lost my place here for a minute. Okay. These defendants have willingly fabricated and disseminated outrageous lies and reckless disregard for the truth. Their falsehoods have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. This complaint should be served as a warning that such intentional falsehoods, which underline Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial, will no longer be tolerated. Diddy's legal team alleged Burgess falsely claimed that he possessed videos of Mr. Combs involved in sexual assault of celebrities and minors. They asserted that Burgess, who was subpoenaed by federal prosecutors to testify in front of a grand jury, repeated this false claim many times to anyone who would listen, including reporters of major news outlets, including News Nation, which recklessly repeated and amplified his lies if they were true. See, that's the problem right here. Once again, which recklessly repeated and amplified his lies as if they were true. Now, this is the problem with these bloggers, too. That's what I was talking about with Alicia Smells and a couple other ones, but I'll get into that in a minute. Mitchell, Burgess's lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, Burgess's lawyer, allegedly knew that her client's claims were false or at a minimum was utterly reckless in disregarding their falsity. Because no such tapes exist, and because Mitchell never saw any video depicting Mr. Combs sexually abusing anyone, and that's up for her to answer. I don't know. I don't wanna smack Ariel that much. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this is jargon. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to smash her that much. Because no such tape exists, because Mitchell never saw any video depicting Mr. Combs sexually abusing anyone, adult or minor. Mitchell many false assertions that Burgess possessed such videos were either knowingly blatant falsehoods or recklessly false statements made as a direct result of Mitchell's inexcusable failure to investigate her client's outrageous lies. Now, I will say that much. For all you lawyers that are actually good people and you got a notion that you really want to see the truth going out, y'all need to vent these people. That's whether this is Ariel Mitchell, whether this is Tony Bugsby, you ran into this problem, or what's the other one that's Homeboy's lawyer, Fruit Cup. What's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about, that goofy dude. We ain't said his name in a minute. But his lawyer. All three of these lawyers been caught up because there's things then within their client's statements that don't add up. You understand what I'm saying? This is the truth. So Diddy was charged with racketeering and conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, and coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution in federal indictment unsealed September 17th. So Puff's been locked up since September, October, November, December. We got Lisa Smells over her channel. This is why I say a lot of these vloggers y'all giving money to, y'all supporting or whatever. It's really more to it than that. The reason y'all supporting them because y'all like to celebrate men of color going down. And that's all going to change very soon. Like I said it once and I'll say it again. This year is the year that many of these corrupt women get exposed. It's the right environment. It's the right constituency. A lot of women have been out here lying for the past 4 years. Because did y'all see that? Before Biden came into office, women, yeah, there was some distrustful women on here. It was some women that were misandrous, but not like there are in the past 4 years. It was like a total 360. I said, y'all went from marching for Michael Brown and and all this stuff or whatever. Now y'all totally like it's all anti-male. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get your damn near borderline. Hey, get your girlfriend instead of a boyfriend. That's what you need, girls. Yay, yay for Jay. More for Jay. It was just great. It's great. And we all know the rest of it or whatever. The rest of it says, Diddy was charged with this, whatever. Let's see if we find something a little bit more detail. I wanted to read that one right there. And then I wanted to read y'all this other one right here. Because I also heard that this dude, what's his name? Where's it at right here? I wanted to read this too. Yeah, here we go. Let's go right here. I want to read this right here too for you guys. And Los Angeles. Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs filed a defamation lawsuit Wednesday against a man they said falsely claimed to possess videos implicating the music mogul in sexual assaults on 8 celebrities. So we get a little bit more detailed here. They say 8. The lawsuit filed in federal court in New York City accuses Courtney Burgess of his lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, of fabricating outrageous lies as part of an effort to potentially profit off the media frenzy around Combs, who was indicted in September on sex trafficking charges. Combs also sued Nexstar Media, saying the cable news network, News Nation, aired Burgess of the allegations without looking into whether or not they were true. This is a lot of these news outlets are doing this. News Nation is doing this, and there's a couple other ones that are doing this too that are borderline. These are not major media conglomerates. You understand what I'm saying? Like, okay, for example, a major media conglomerate to me is Fox. I know the background of Fox. I know how Fox operates within the limits of vertical integration and symmetry. You know what I'm saying? Synergy. So that's a monster house right there to be. The Peacock Network, that's a monster house. CBS, that's a monster house. CNN, that's a monster house. Meaning that they have a set trend of how they deliver their news and the availability of them to the public internationally determines that. Does that make more sense? With some of these other smaller outlets, you just see them locally or in certain demographics. You know what I mean? Like you have a NBC New York, an NBC Chicago, an NBC Miami, an NBC. Are you following me here? All right. So a lawsuit filed in federal court in New York City accuses Courtney Burgess and his lawyer Ariel Mitchell of fabricating outrageous lies as part of an effort to potentially profit off the media frenzy around Combs, who was indicted in September on sex trafficking charges. Combs also sued Nexstar Media, saying its cable news network, News Nation, aired Burgess' allegations without looking into whether or not they were true. The videos in the lawsuit claim simply don't exist. They say they don't exist. They say they don't exist. You understand what I'm saying? They say they don't exist. So I'll keep going here. The defendants have willingly fabricated and dismantled outrageous lies with the reckless disregard of the truth, said Erica Wolf, the attorney for Combs. Their falsehoods that poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. The complaint should serve as a warning that such intentional falsehoods, which undermine Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial, will no longer be tolerated. Burgess and Mitchell did not immediately respond to emails from the Associated Press. A phone call to Mitchell was not answered. Pick up the phone, Ariel. You're not the problem. Combs, 55, pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking charges lodged against him for his September arrest. He has remained incarcerated awaiting his May 5th trial after Georgia refused to grant him bail. After Combs was arrested, Burgess began giving interviews with reporters. social media personalities, and true crime podcasters, in which he claimed to have given flash drives with incriminating evidence by a late actor and model, Kim Porter, a longtime partner of Combs and mother of four of his children. But the video Burgess claims to possess has never become public. Some people close to Porter told the New York Times for a story published in November that they had never heard of Burgess and doubted his claims. Now, I just said the same thing earlier. It took me a minute to find out who he was. I ain't gonna hold you in the game. I said this early in the podcast. I was like, I didn't know who he was. A lot of people didn't know who he was. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know anything about Son. You did what I'm saying? And this was coming from somebody that was around the music game for 17 years. I'd never heard of him. And then, you know what I'm saying, I checked in with Tone and a couple other people, and they knew who you were. And they spoke good of you. They didn't say nothing bad about you. They just said you was a little sneaky. But they didn't say it was nothing bad about you. You know what I'm saying? So I will say that about him. But the videos Burgess claims to possess have never become public, and that's the problem I have right there. When I told y'all, and the video's still up here in short form and in long form. When I went down there to that courthouse that day, and I told you I waited down there 3 hours, that man did not show up. He did not show up at the courtroom. This was the second time, and I want to put in emphasis. This was when the grand jury had reconvened and asked him to come back. He didn't show up. Now, he could have done the interview itself from home, and he could have done it via video from Zoom. Some people, they do that. They'll do that in New York. They did that with the Trump case. But I don't know, and this is with Trump sentencing. So I don't know if they did it like that. Guys, make sure y'all hit the like button, too. We got over 130-something people in here, and only 19 people hit the like button. Hit the like button, man. It's not hard. Just double tap the screen 2 times. Hit the like button. With that taken in regard, I said to myself, I said, yo, this man didn't show up. For whoever took that one like back, I don't care. I really don't care. For this man not to show up in court that day, it was just amazing to me. I was like, okay, I'm here. I did the video. I put the video up. I mean, you can match the date, everything to it. I did the video in New York City. You know what I'm saying? This man did not show up. And I reported it that day. It was almost a week later, people started saying, oh, well, he didn't show up in court. And I said, a week later, I said it then. I was there. That's why I said a lot of times I don't get, you know what I'm saying, the propers that I need to get, because I don't sit here and brown nose or kiss, you know what I'm saying, kiss cheeks with people and stuff like that. I just don't do that. I ain't smiling with everybody. You feel me? Like, I don't smile with everybody. Like, that's just me. But Burgess' videos claims to possess that he had never come public. Some people close to Porter told the New York Times for a story published in November that they had never heard of Burgess and doubted his claims. Burgess has acknowledged that he doesn't know Combs personally. See what I'm saying? Federal prosecutors have not publicly identified Burgess as being involved in a criminal case. You know what I mean? So that means you lucky right there. But if I were you, I'd just go ahead and keep on making music, homeboy, or whatever you plan on doing. Go on about your life. In interviews, Burgess said law enforcement seized the videos from his home. Mitchell told reporters Burgess handed over the drives. And see, this is the thing. In interviews, Burgess says law enforcement seized the videos from his home. Mitchell also told reporters Burgess handed over the drives to the federal government. So she might not have been aware of that. The lawsuit said claims were completely false. The lawsuit said both claims were completely false. Excuse me. No such video was ever turned over to the government because no such video existed, the lawsuit said. So it's making me believe even more so that Courtney didn't show up that day at the courtroom because he knew there wasn't no videos that existed. Is that fair to say? Is that fair to say? And for those that's getting here, let me read this over to y'all one more time so y'all know what's going on. Y'all can stay in here. I don't want y'all to go nowhere and feel like y'all out of tune with what's going on. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you would, please. I'm going to share this real quick. Share this to your friends and your family, your people channel that's out here that does this type of material. So Sean Diddy Combs sues man who claimed Sean Diddy Combs sues man who claimed to have incriminating sex tapes, says they didn't ever exist. Los Angeles. Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs filed a defamation lawsuit Wednesday against a man who said had falsely claimed to possess videos implicating the music mogul in sexual assaults on 8 celebrities. So now we have a number, 8 celebrities. The lawsuit filed in federal court in New York City accuses Courtney Burgess and his lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, of fabricating outrageous lies as part of an effort to potentially profit off a media frenzy around Combs, who was indicted in September on sex trafficking charges. Combs also sued Nexstar Media, saying that the cable news network owner of News Nation aired Burgess allegations without looking into whether they were true or untrue. The the lawsuit claims simply does not exist. The defendants have willfully fabricated and dissimulated outrageous lies with reckless disregard for the truth, said Erica Wolf, an attorney for Combs. Their falsehoods have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. The complaint should serve as a warning that such intentional falsehoods, which undermine Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial, will no longer be tolerated. Burgess said and Mitchell did not immediately respond to the emails from the Associated Press requesting comment. Yeah, let's pick up the phone. Trust me, I ain't picking the phone. A phone call to Mitchell was not answered. Pick up the phone. A spokesperson for Nexstar Media Group declined to comment. Combs, 55, had pleaded not guilty to sex trafficking charges lodged against him after the September arrest. He remained incarcerated waiting a May 5th trial after judges refused to grant him bail. After Combs was arrested, Burgess began giving interviews with reporters, social media personalities, and true crime podcasters, in which he claimed to have given flash drives with incriminating evidence by the late actor and model Kim Porter. God bless her heart. A longtime partner of Combs and the mother of 4 of his children. But the videos Burgess claims to possess have never become public. Some others close to Porter told the New York Times for a story published in November that they had never heard of Burgess and doubted his claims. Burgess also acknowledged that he doesn't know Combs personally. Federal prosecutors have not publicly identified Burgess as being involved in the criminal case. In interviews, Burgess said law enforcement seized the videos from his home. Versus Mitchell also told reporters Burgess handed over the drives to federal government. So that's 2 conflicting stories right there. The lawsuit says claims were completely false. No such video was ever turned over to the government because no such videos ever exist as a lawsuit. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what that is right there. You know, so we ain't gotta sit there and guess no more, whatever. There was never no videos given over, son. And you say you had 8 of them. What happened to the videos? See, I don't blame Ariel on this. Ariel, do that, okay? ASAP. Associated with that. You dig? You dig? Okay, cool. Squirm out. You understand? All right. Because I like her. I like her. She fine as fuck. I like her. I like her. I really like her. But anyway, long story short, I'm dead serious. I wife her ass. She fine as hell. But I'm dead serious. But come on, Ariel. Let's get away from this riffraff. What'd you say? Sure, let's go to Shit. Ariel, fine as hell. Shit. Anyway, long story short, you know what I'm saying? Here's the skinny on everything. We have a lot of people out here that are in this podcasting game that have made money off of this anti-Diddy brigade that they have going on. And let me tell you about that if y'all don't know what I mean. If I was the type of podcaster and be in the position I'm in, I've worked with Bad Boy Entertainment and I've worked with other record companies too, but exclusive Bad Boy Entertainment, that's where I got my start. I will not turn my back on that. That's my background. That's the stories that hopefully I'll be able to tell my kids about great times that I had and the things that I was able to experience, whether they be traveling, going to this city, that city, or this city, or that city, or whatever. As somebody that was there, you cannot take my experience or the experience of a lot of other people that worked with me and the great times that they had and the great experiences they had and just throw that out the window, because basically what we have is when we have this anti-Diddy brigade, it's a league of opportunists. It's a league of money grabbers. It's a league of capitalists. It's a league of people that are greedy. It's a league of liars, a lot of them. Now, some of these people have legitimate claims. You know, I really think they do. I don't know specifically against Diddy. It might have been somebody at the party. It might have been, but I do think there's some things, you know what I'm saying, in regard of this. And what I mean by that is this. I believe some things went in regard because I know the time period. And a lot of times we don't put that in consideration. I think that's going to come out later. You know, I always talk about music and how it relates to the time periods and how music, in fact, and I think this was the same with R. Kelly, music, in fact, in the moments in society that music creates and the tones that music creates in those moments in time, a lot of times are explainable for the behavior that you see. You know, and I'll give you a perfect example. There are kids out here that are walking around, and I know a lot of y'all don't believe this, but you were conceived when your mama was getting her back knocked out listening to R. Kelly. When your mama was getting her back knocked out listening to Mary J. Blige. When your mama was getting her back knocked out listening to Keith Sweat. When your mama was getting her back knocked out listening, I need a girl that'll ride for me. That was your mama. Niggas know your mama. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sleep Johnson. He just tapped in with me today on my other joint. Shout out to Sleep. I appreciate that, nigga. That's a real nigga right there. West Side, what's going on? I. Know what I mean? I like Sleep, man. He like one of the joints I did today or whatever. So I had to work him in there. Niggas know your mama. Y'all make sure y'all go check out Slink Johnson, funny ass comedian, man. You catch him on Terror somewhere, go pick up some tickets, get some for you and your peoples. Go see him. You know what I mean? Slink Johnson, man. It's a funny dude right there, funny ass dude. But niggas know your mama. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of these artists they going against and they talking shit about, you wouldn't be here and your mama was listening to them albums. So imagine your mama being like, yo, fuck that nigga R. Kelly and all that, except for the night when you was conceived, baby. Start to make sense, right? How many kids out here? Go ahead, go in the next room right now and ask your mother, what was she listening to when you was conceived? I guarantee you she gonna say Keith Sweat, she gonna say R. Kelly, she gonna say 112, she gonna say who else? Al B. Shore even. There's a couple babies running around that was conceived while women were listening to Al B. Shore. All this love I have for you, and I won't let you down. Remember that shit? Oh, this love. I can't sing like Al B. He got that baby boy, but y'all know I'm getting that. You know what I'm saying? You be like, one more stroke, I got this motherfucker. A lot of y'all kids were conceived by listening to the same people y'all bashing on right now. I know that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. You understand? Walk in the room. Niggas know your mama. Go in the next room right now. You know what I'm saying? Slink your homie, that's what's up. Yeah, shout out to Slink Johnson, man. That's a motherfucking nigga right there. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go in the next room right now and ask your mama. I'm trying to tell Javar. Thank you, Javar. Go in the room right now and ask your mama, what was playing when you was I was getting conceived? And if she don't say R. Kelly, 112, doing this shit, in them 2 decades, I'm gonna say like 90s, early 2000s, your mama gonna say one of them joints. Go in the room right now. Matter of fact, you ain't even gotta go in the room and ask her. Just think about her daily playlist. A lot of those songs your mama be playing, like, let me give you an example. If your mama playing Sweet Thing right now, that song might remind her of somebody. You thinking she just like that song? No, that's a nigga that got away. I digress. People don't never want to hear that part of the story. And I'm not sitting here and I'm just saying, oh, okay, well, this makes, you know what I'm saying, everything, you know what I mean, go away or whatever. What I'm simply pointing out to you, and like I said, Ariel, just chill. You all right. You know what I mean? You all right. Just chill. What I'm trying to express here is, there's a lot of people that's in the game here on YouTube that's running around to everybody and anybody that'll listen, and they point out facts and things that they don't have any proof of. And that's very dangerous. It's not good in turns. Like I said, anybody that knows my channel, and this is your first time here, I've covered at the courthouse in person all 4 of these arraignments, including the extra day when we thought we was waiting to get a decision on the arraignment. What's going on, VA? You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's weird because I'm stuck in a little privy here because I was actually there in person. I was actually there in person waiting for Courtney, Burgess, and Ariel's fine ass to roll through the door, and that didn't happen. I was upset. I was like, I wasted 3 hours down here for nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But I was there. And I did a live. I did a short version and long version. I said, look, Courtney ain't show up here. And people act like they didn't believe. People acting like they didn't believe. And so now here we go in this lawsuit, and they're talking about no eight. It's eight. I never knew it was 8 tapes. Now I know the number officially. Because some people said 8, some people said it was upwards to 30. You know what I'm saying? Now I know it's 8 tapes. So they were saying these 8 tapes never showed up. So either Ariel, this wall. Associated, okay? All right, cool. You be all right. Anyway, long story short, MAGA, yo, man, if you ain't here promoting anything, let me tell you one thing real quick. Excuse me, audience, just real quick. If you in here promoting anything or whatever, and you doing that, and you saying that, and I do lives from Trump Tower, you in here putting MAGA in here, then I need you to hit up my Cash App right now. I need you to hit up my Cash App right now. And on my channel, you're going to find, I'm talking to Lucky Dukes. You're going to find 2 videos. You're going to find one on election day when Trump just recently won, and you're going to find one from the other night this past weekend before he took the Oval Office again. So if you want to watch this, I'm going to show you how fake some of these niggas are when they come in with their bullshit. So right now, just like y'all donated all the millions of dollars to Trump, I need you to donate to my Cash App right now, and I'll let you keep that up there. All right, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to figure that out. If you ain't did that in 2, and the clock starts now, you ain't made your decision in 2 minutes, tell you and your friends, don't come over here. This ain't no free advertising space, baby. You got to pay to advertise over here. You see how many followers I got, nigga? Nah, this ain't no free advertisement over here. I can't stand when people, they see you do a couple videos or whatever. You right. Peace. Look, you see this one down here? Donate for what? Donate for what? We only donate to women. Donate for what? You definitely shouldn't be here. That's why I don't like people like that. You know, they sit back and they talk about donate. This nigga wrote donate for what? How many followers you got, first of all? Let me see something. You ain't no rich nigga. You a poor nigga. Rich nigga wouldn't even say no shit like that. A rich nigga would change your screen name. A rich nigga wouldn't even say no shit like that. Donate for what? Rich nigga be like, yo, on everything. Especially Cali nigga. You could call himself Rich Homie Slauson. Real LA niggas gonna put some bread on that. I've been around LA niggas. Real LA niggas gonna put some bread on shit. They see shit real. Fake nigga that wanna be gang gonna put some shit like that in the chat room. Nigga, you e-banging. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call that shit, e-banging. I don't e-bang, my nigga. A lot of these fucking guys, they come over here. That's how I can talk to myself. A lot of these guys, they come over here and they sneak in, slip into the thing. They ain't never been a subscriber of mine. They never been a follower of mine. They don't see the type of other material I got on my page. So they see this wall and they see me talking. They're not privy to anything I talk about. And then they're making the decisions based off that. But the most of them, just like you see a nigga with a screen name, Rich Homie Slauson, that's a black dude. You understand what I'm saying? And they're my biggest, Courtney, white dudes, and I'm gonna say, what's the other one? Yeah, I would say those 2. Black dudes and white dudes. Those are the ones I get the most shit from. The women, I very rarely have a woman come in here and say anything negative. I got some of the women in here, even if they don't agree with me, are some of the most mature people I get on here. The immature people and the ones that sit around, don't want you to make a dime, and they want to monitor you. Like, we got a whole class of people online. And this is how this gossip thing with Diddy, and I want to explain this. And somebody that worked in the music industry, had I got on here and I started bashing Diddy, there would be dime after dime after dime coming in. They would wait until I went live. They couldn't wait until I started gossiping. That's why you get somebody like that. They call themselves Rich Homie Slauson, or write in the comment, donate for what? Because what they've been attuned to now is they're basically a whole big gossiping network. So basically what happened, let me tell you, break this shit down real quick. Then I'm gonna get up off here because I don't get supported. I just get up on off here. I ain't even gonna do the second story. But what happens is basically like this. You have these people, they get online, they give you these stories, and kind of like the Courtney Burgess thing, and I'm not putting Ariel on this because she's just a lawyer. But with the Courtney Burgess thing, you know, it was kind of suspect because, dog, you ain't never delivered no tapes. That's what the feds are saying. You ain't never delivered no tapes. And so let's take him out of the equation. Let's add the other people then in the equation. These, what you want to call basically the new personalities of YouTube that are here, there, here, just talking all the time, right? And so these people, they go and they do these interviews. They get paid for these interviews. They get, yeah, don't worry about them. They're going to do that anyway, Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Like I try to tell you, listen, there's a lot of racism, sexism that goes on when it comes to guys that look like me on this YouTube street. That's one thing I found out. And y'all gonna start paying attention and seeing it more. Whether it comes to likes, like, listen, that was a black dude that was in my chat room talking about donate for what? Nigga, did you ever see in my other material? This is your first time showing up here? Matter of fact, why would you write that in another man of colors motherfucking thing when you call yourself Rich Homie Slauson? If your name is Rich Homie, why don't you donate a couple dollars? You need to change your motherfucking screen name. See, that's some fake shit. So don't worry about it. I appreciate it. I don't need these niggas to hit the screen. Like look at the views and look at the likes. You know what I'm saying? That's what they believe in. If I was on here and I was crashing out on Puff, it'd be like after like after like after like. So they actually being who I'm explaining. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Jalen. They actually showing you what I'm explaining to you. So you one of the smart ones. Just pay attention to their reaction and pay attention to what I'm saying. It's very quick to pick up on. Like somebody hit the like button and took the like back. You see what I'm saying? That's their behavior. You have to pay attention to them. So anyway, long story short, these personalities, they get online and what they do is they pretend like they had more to do than what they did, like with the Lamisha chick. I told y'all from the get-go, first time I saw, I said, that is not, there's a whole lot that's still sitting on my page while I went off on that. I was like, I know the type of girl. I got pictures of the girls that were around us. I show y'all pictures of the girls that were around us. And one thing you know for a fact, ain't none of them chicks look like Lamisha. All right? Ain't none of them chicks look like Andrea either. Back in the days or currently how they look. You understand what I'm saying? And everything, no offense, Lamisha, everything, big back, big back. Big back, big back. That's all I'm saying. That chick built like a troll under a bridge. I was like, son of a bitch. And then she was breathing on hard to camera. Yeah, I was at the Diddy parties. My name is Lamisha. I was at the Diddy parties. I don't remember anything that went home, but it was a whole bunch of stuff. They tried to touch me. I had a chicken wing in my hand, and then they tried to touch me. So after I put down the hot dog and the glizzy and drunk some Kool-Aid, I turned around and asked Diddy, I said, Diddy, what you doing? I'm Lamisha. You can't touch me like that. I'm Lamisha. I left the party after that. And I grabbed me some snacks and some ice cream. I'm Lamisha. This ain't no girl that will be at you wasn't at the Diddy party. Stop it. Stop it. Litany of girls. You know what really is? You got a whole litany of girls. See, women like to feel special. Let me break it down to y'all. Women like to feel special. You understand what I'm saying? Every woman, MC Light said one of the best lines ever. She said, every woman wants to be treated like a lady. You understand what I'm saying? Well, in today's terms, every woman wants attention paid to them. You understand what I'm saying? Attention is currency for a lot of women. And so what you get is you get a lot of these women on here, in my personal opinion, not saying this is a fact, but in my personal opinion, and you know, the steps here showing that, you get a lot of these women that are out here that basically want attention put previously on them for the start possibility that something will come out of it in superstardom. Meaning like, you get a girl that will jump on a podcast and she'll be like, well, maybe that's a segue. This is how they're thinking as they come on the podcast, as they get interviewed or whatever. They're thinking to themselves, well, maybe if I do this, this might segue into this and then an appearance. And then sometimes it does. And then an appearance can come with $1,000 fee, $2,000 fee, $4,000 fee. This anti-Diddy thing has got big money to it if you anti-Diddy. Now, if you not anti-Diddy and you regular people that want to see how the adjudication go down, like myself and others, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, and I'll say it again, son guilty, then, I mean, you got to handle that. You understand what I'm saying? But if you innocent, we're not going to let you fall now and not offer you some defense mechanisms. You understand? You can forget that shit. Now, this is my point. When you get these people to get interviewed, What you notice is a lot of the times when they get interviewed, you know what I'm saying, and they do stuff like this, what you find out is there's always a fee going along, or there's always a cash app popped up. And I want y'all to start paying attention to that. Because most of these anti-Diddy people, they're not doing this for free. In fact, including this chick this recently they caught out there named Allie Carter. Y'all familiar with her? Oh yeah, she gonna have some issues too. she definitely, if you watching this, hi, I'm Allie Carter, and you know they're chasing us everywhere, and we're in hiding. And I'm Allie Carter. Oh shit. Anyway, this chick, they caught her out there lying. You know what I'm saying? Now she wasn't necessarily making money off this, but in my opinion, she was going after this notoriety because she knew at the end of it, and I believe at the behest of that woman that's leading her around, I think what they thought was, we won't get the money right now. What we'll do is we'll get the notoriety and then the money will follow along. That's what she was betting on. So when y'all think she had all these good intentions and y'all people to stick with her or whatever, yeah, that's all well and good. But please believe she thought there was some paper at the end of the line. That's why you got that Allie Carter chick out here. She was trying to act like she was so right. You know, hold on. We've been riding for so long, and Allie Carter and the trees and the rainbows and the stars and the quasars. And I'm Allie Carter and the moon and the stars and the quasars. I said, this chick, nutty of this squirrel shit. Who believes this? But there's a market for people like this in this truther category, or it's like this slash truther slash T slash nutso category that exists here on YouTube, and this market is coming to a close. What you're seeing is you're seeing your little, just like I told y'all earlier this year. I told y'all, I said by March the T market gonna get dried up. You understand what I'm saying? Because people are starting to see it for what it is. It's a gossiping mill to make fucking money. You know, and if you're somebody that supports that and you're with that and you like spilling the tea and all that shit or whatever, what you're gonna find is about another month or so, because of the way social order flows and changes things, what you're gonna find is a lot of things that you were doing in the past 4 years are gonna come subsequently to a close. And yeah, you'll figure it out. We'll have the conversation again when that happens. We'll have the one of my homeboys told me the other day. He said a lot of times those people that you're talking to on that what's the name on that app, they don't even have any clue on what you're talking about. It's unprivy to them. Guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. I look at Allie as another Jaguar doing a lot, talking with no proof. I haven't seen any proof on this shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna talk about Huggy. Huggy can do what she wants to. Huggy is out of my jurisdiction at this point. I've told her that my damn self. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. Why should I give a fuck? Today's my birthday. Why should I give a fuck? You ain't telling me happy birthday. I don't even know you. You need to tell somebody in your house to give you a hug. I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Allie Carter, to me, I said from the get-go something was funny with her, and I re-uploaded the video, so y'all go to my short to see it. And I should have left the date, so maybe I'll upload it again so y'all can see when I originally uploaded it. When I saw Allie Carter do that video, and I don't know if she did the editing or somebody else did the editing, but what they injected into the video was these tunnels that are in Minnesota. All right, I think it's Minnesota or one of the two. Well, anyway, they go into the yeah, I think it's Montana or Minnesota. It's one of the two. They go into the bedrock of a cave. And the way they try to put it was the cave linked up to all these tunnels or whatever. And then there was subsequently some other dude that did some fake video that said the same thing about these tunnels. These tunnels are there for what you call distribution. So huge items and huge things or whatever that they wanted to keep out of the weather and the elements and everything. These places are temperature controlled and everything else. They're held in this little depot. Trucks go in, they get what they need, pull out. You understand what I'm saying? That's all that's going on here. So Allie Carter, or the person that edited the first Allie Carter video I saw, tried to depict that these were the same tunnels, and I did a side-by-side match of these tunnels. I said, hey, these are these caves in Montana which the public can literally go and visit. Like, it's not a secret. It's not like the shit like, a door comes down and then there's the rest of the rock facade on top of the door, so it actually blends into the mountain and you don't know it's there. No, this shit is wide open. Like, you can drive up to this motherfucker. You don't need no special permission or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was all important to tell a story. So I believe the person whoever did the video, they were involved in that too. We had this conspiracy theory crowd that basically are the remnants of Alex Jones. In fact, there's a couple people here online that want to be Alex Jones. Like, I really do believe old Anton LaVey Atwood, he wants to be the new Alex Jones. You know what I'm saying? He really wants to be the new Alex Jones. You know what I'm saying? Selling the snake oil powders and all that shit. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. But content with what Jalen said, a lot of these people don't have no proof. They never have any proof. And that's the problem. So, I'm going to pull all y'all. Keep talking. I appreciate you. Y'all keep on talking. Keep going on these blogs. Keep making that money. Y'all keep interviewing people for the money. Y'all keep y'all daily diatribe. It's something funny about a man that gets online every day and talking about another man and you a former criminal. There's something weird about a man that hops online and you've been convicted of shit in the past and you talking about another man and you hope they go to jail. Something weird about a motherfucker like that. For me personally, and I'm talking even I'm seeing some of the people that have been interviewed by this gentleman. I can't even call him a gentleman, this dickhead. And you know what I'm saying? Even them, I gotta be like, are y'all being fooled? Like, this nigga is a nigga that uses people as a shield. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, I'm around so-and-so, so I'm tough. And I'm protected. Hey, I'm around so-and-so, just so you know, so I'm protected. I'm not worried about anybody. I'm like, that's a punk. That's a punk. Y'all over there picking up that punk. That's a punk. I know a punk when I see one. That's a punk. That nigga gonna kill nothing, let nothing die. That's a punk. You know what I'm saying? I tell you to your face, you a punk. You know what I mean? Factory. So when you get dudes like him, other vloggers, that hide behind men or talk real slick or try to, get other people to speak for them or whatever. It's like a weird thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bitch, get the fuck up out of my chat room. Get out of my chat room. That's his people right there. His people come over here to defend them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, his people come over here to defend them. I knew they were sitting up in here. His people always come up here to defend him. We might have to look into this nigga too, because this nigga was actually the one, since you want to be cute and your people won't speak for you. This nigga too, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, Fly, check this out. The same nigga I'm talking about, Anton LaVey Atwood, right? This is the same nigga that had the Courtney Burgess nigga over there on his channel, don't you know? Yeah, they had the exclusive, son. They all in it. You know what I'm saying? So, Anton LaVey Atwood, check me. Yo, Todd, just check me. I'm going to give you the real, you know what I mean? I ain't going to say it on here because it promo the nigga. That nigga. Yeah. He big time. You know what I'm saying? He big time. He said he got it all together. He got all the chips. He said, yo, you sue me, I'm bad. Hey, yo, uptown, you see this? That's what he said. He said, I'm good. He said, yo, I got all the information, you know what I'm saying, on my channel. I'm the lead person when it comes to this Diddy stuff, you know what I'm saying? And even though I'm in England, I'm going to interview everybody from America. I'm interviewing Courtney Burgess. We got the exclusive. That's what he said. He's the man when it comes to the anti-Diddy campaign. Let's give him a hand, y'all. Let's give him a hand, y'all. Let's give him a hand, He said he untouchable. He said the police or the FBI or anybody legally can't touch me. I'm Anton LaVey Atwood. I got these witches protecting me on my channel that are here every week. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's what he said. Yo, Todd, that's what he said, man. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we need to, since these people want to show up here and defend them, maybe we need to, you know what I'm saying, because I was leaving that out. I was leaving that out. You know what I'm saying? I was leaving that up to your own discretion. But if you want to get involved, then anybody else want to take up for him? Anybody? Huh? Oh, okay, cool. Okay. It could definitely get different. You know what I'm saying? For real. It could definitely get different. Y'all better listen to what I'm saying. That's what I would suggest to you. You better listen to what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Because I be telling y'all, I be giving y'all warnings, and y'all just don't want to listen. I just don't want to listen. Nah, and and this dude, the same dude, who is all these people that you be having on your channel acting like they some experts or something? Like he had some one nigga on there one day. That shit cracked me up. He was like, "Yeah, and I got it. Only thing I knew was I got an invite for the Bilderberger group." I said, "Are you a dignitary? What country you run? Huh? Who gave you an invite for the for the Bilderberger group? That ain't how that work." I was dying laughing. I said, "This is a bunch of crazy motherfuckers out here." Then he had another white dude, and it's ironic because all the dudes that he's interviewing about hip hop are white men, and these are like, and I'm not trying to be funny. These are like white folks, like the type of white folks that you can look at them and tell they don't know nothing about hip hop. You understand what I'm saying? Like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like there's Eminem and you know what I'm saying, type white folks like that. These are white people that everything about you say you listen to like U2 or Stone Temple Pilots or something like that growing up. Like, you know what I'm saying? You definitely wasn't listening to hip hop. And he'll try to paint them as their experts. And we've got like, it'll be some nigga you never heard of. We've got Tim Johnson over here today. You know, he's an expert. Now, he'll present them like they're an expert, but in reality, these people are nobodies. You never heard of these people. Who are you to give a compliment or an idea or anything? I don't know these loser motherfuckers, and nobody around the business knows them. You understand what I'm saying? So why the fuck are you bringing them up like they somebody that we should listen to? You understand? So it's crazy for me. Davin, how much for the two-finger lid? Yo, man, I ordered this joint offline, man. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why my niggas be like, yo, niggas from Philly up to motherfucking Beantown wear these. I don't know what niggas is talking about. That's why I be knowing I be hearing these country dudes on here that be from like the middle of the country or something. I don't know nothing about style. But nah, man, I got this online, man, for like a couple little 5 cents. You know what I mean? For real. I ordered like 4. I got like 4 of these. I got an orange one, I got a yellow one, and I got a black one in here somewhere. I can't find it. You know what I'm saying? But it was light though. He know the vibes. Yeah, this definitely this Philly style, New York style, Jersey style, more so Philly, New York, Jersey. You know what I'm saying? If anything. And then you don't see this style really again till you get to like Rhode Island and then Boston. You a gay male stripper. So am I supposed to hate you or I'm supposed to say something about you? Everybody pay attention to Barshell Sieges. He says I'm a gay male stripper. So what that mean? We supposed to what? We supposed to make fun of you? Like lead me to what that mean. Go ahead. We're gonna give you a few seconds. What prompted you and your mental capacity to write that in my chat room? We just want to know real quick. Everybody want to know why he wrote I'm a gay male stripper in here. Let's give him time. Let's give him time. He got some things to get off his head. We might save this man from doing something to him. So he might be in the bathroom right now. You know what I'm saying? Razor blade, bottle of wine. You know what I'm saying? We might save his life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So please explain to us. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Just getting to know everyone. Nah, man, we don't want no strippers over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you was gay. We don't want no strippers over here, though, John. You gotta announce yourself like that. You could have just said hi in the chat and kept it moving. We don't need to know about your personal life. That hat fly. They just don't be knowing. Thank you, Javon. I appreciate you. Yonkers, you already know. You already know. I ain't too far from you. I ain't too far from the wild. Now say shout out to Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon got a lot to do with my history. Like I be telling niggas like Third Avenue projects over there. Shout out to my man Showboat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Li, a couple other people over there that I know very, very well. You know what I'm saying? And know me. Shit, shout it. God damn. There's so many people over there in Mount Vernon. Chance. God, I'm trying to think who else. Who was my man back in the day? Justice. Shout out to Justice over there. That's my other man over there. But yeah, the Nothing But Love picnics. I got to go to the very last one over there. Yeah, that's one thing. You talking about D Block. This ain't D Block we talking about. It ain't necessarily this Yonkers like that. We talking about Yonkers, Mount Vernon, whole Westchester County. Like my crew, my real crew. There's Italian, Latino, and a few Black Americans were in there with us. They all from that Queens, Harlem, Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? The Bay, I can't give away too much, but the capital for our team was right there in Mount V. I put it this way. The same exact, it ain't Save Lot. What is that right there? Y'all know what I'm talking about too. It's right around the corner. Shout out to Far Rockaway, man. I'll be in Queens. A lot of people know I'll be in Far Rockaway, Jamaica. It's on here on my channel. Just go look. I did this past summer I went over to Queensbridge, you know what I mean? But and did a whole joint over there. I'm gonna re-upload that too and a couple other things. But damn, I'm trying to think of what's the name of that store now? It's not even food less. They renamed it. And I want to say it ain't Pioneer no more either. It used to be something else though. I forgot what that grocery store is. It's right around the corner from the projects right there, whatever, whatever. You already know. Yeah. Town up in here. The town up in here. Yeah. But niggas know I be in Mount Vernon, BX, Queens, Harlem. That's and in Brooklyn. That's my four spots right there. I don't really be in Long Island, Staten Island like that, even though I know Staten Island, I know a few people over there. But I don't be fucking around over there. Like niggas ain't catching no boat and all that shit all the time. I ain't doing all that. Especially right now. I feel sorry for anybody living in Staten Island right now. You freezing right now going home. You little. Anyway, back to the subject at hand. I want to talk about something else real quick because this keeps going up. And it's about Jennifer, and we're gonna get back into that whole Puff thing too. I'm gonna end off with that. Guys, make sure y'all hit up that like button. I see there's over 100 of y'all in here. Hit that like button. Also, make sure you're generous and hit the $ STRINGERBELL80. Like I said, unfortunately, if I was an anti-Diddy vlogger on a day-to-day basis or whatever, how you doing? If I was an anti-Diddy vlogger and I just wanted to, chance in and cash in on being anti-Diddy, I make a lot of money on here. As you can see, as they find out, I'm not an anti-Diddy vlogger. I'm just a person that sits on a form of neutrality, being like, let the courts decide it. Then we find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I can guarantee you, if that's the case, I'm not supporting son no more. You know what I mean? But if that ain't the case, and we got a lot of people in here that's trying to throw in muck and schmuck or whatever to get their pockets full, I'm not jumping on that either, because there's a lot of suckers out here that if Puff was out in the street, y'all wouldn't be talking like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole bunch of niggas that got some newfound courage all of a sudden. And I hope this is a reminder. The niggas, like, you not what you think going on ain't what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and keep it like that. You know what I mean? You're going to find out. You're going to find out. You're going to learn today. And shout out to Lisa Schmells. She in 2 nights out of desperation to get her podcast popping again. She reported that Joe Biden and Donald Trump have made decisions based on the behavior of Kim Kardashian. This is what they said. She said, based on the behavior of Kim Kardashian and her not wanting to do something for Donald Trump one time, he said completely no to pardoning Puff. And Joe Biden said the same thing. He said completely no. And how do I know? I don't know. I just made it up out of my ass. But still, it sounds like good commentary. I'm sure. Excuse me for a second. I'm sorry. What's that little bullshit ass publication, The Hollywood Reporter? I'm sure the Hollywood Reporter will surely go over there and swing that shit to Hollywood Reporter, bitch. That's what I want you to do. Go over there and swing that shit to Hollywood Reporter. Let that be your next interview. That motherfucking Joe Biden, based off what you said, Joe Biden and Donald Trump both said no to giving Trump a part. I want you to prove that. And if you can't prove that on the Hollywood Reporter or any of the other shit you say, bitch, you better watch out. I hope you wait, because you've been sitting over there talking a whole bunch of shit. Do you ever see that video from he said he worked for who? Did you ever see that video from he said, can you rewrite that again? Janine Lomax, I can't understand what you're saying. Yeah, rewrite that for me and put a little detail in it. Janine Lomax, I think that's what your name is, or whatever. You still here? Write a 1 in the chat or 2 in the chat if you still here. If I ain't talking to somebody that ain't still here, then forget it. 2, I noticed that. I caught somebody in the chat. Okay, write in detail what you're talking about, because that's another little thing we got going on here too. If you running around telling niggas that you used to work in the music industry, you better be able to prove it, because I'm going to call you out. I was around for almost 18 years around Bad Boy Entertainment. So if you say, I know everybody came in that door by face and name, most of them. You know what I'm saying? We just had a Bad Boy reunion dinner not even a year ago. Yeah, almost a year ago now. Yeah, a year ago now, which is up on this channel. Y'all go take a look. But we know who was around or who wasn't around. So there's been this new thing, because they hear people like myself. They hear people like Gene Dill. They hear people like shout out to Gary. They hear people like Dame, whatever. And so what they'll do is they'll start lying now. You understand what I'm saying? So they'll say, hey, did everyone say, yeah, Janine, what's taking you so long to rewrite the comment? Like, come on, rewrite the comment. I want to hear what you said. Don't pay attention to what I'm saying. Just rewrite with your comments so I can understand. There's a lot of people that's out here now that's trying to pretend like they had a part to do in the music industry or whatever, and niggas knew them. Niggas ain't know you, son. You know what I'm saying? I caught another nigga the other night. He was saying that, and this shit was funny because I know somebody directly that deal with y'all wouldn't even believe it, but I know somebody directly that their life was impacted, their career was impacted by Keith Sweat. Nigga turned around and said to me, and this is my friend, nigga turned around and said to me, he said, yeah, man, Keith Sweat, my cousin, and what I said, oh, Keith Sweat, your cousin. He had wrote this in somebody else's chat room. So, and to the person that's that vlogger, I wasn't trying to start trouble in your chat room. I was just like, yeah, I got to call this nigga out. Nigga said, yo, Keith Sweat, my cousin. So I wrote in the chat room, I said, yo, Keith Sweat, your cousin for real? He was like, yeah. I said, yo, do you know so-and-so? And he was like, he had no reply. I was like, yeah, this is a nigga lying. I called another nigga in the chat room. He was talking about, yeah, my uncle used to work up at, and this is where he fucked up at. He said, my uncle used to work up at Arista Records. I know, Clive Davis. I said, where your uncle used to work at Arista Records? I said, what year? You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even give me a year. So I said, okay, forget what year. And then he wrote back something sarcastic. I am telling the truth, and I don't need nobody. You know how they just start doing all that sassy shit like their mom, but this was a man. I said, so, okay, what's your cousin's name? He wouldn't write the cousin's name. Then after I asked him again or whatever, all of a sudden, mysteriously, he disappears out the chat. So I'm telling y'all niggas, if y'all running around and y'all lying and telling lies to get donations, to get attention put on you or whatever the case may be, you're going to have some issues, man. Let this stand as a warning. He go by the name of the video famer. He be on YouTube talking about he worked for Diddy and he Jamaican. Do me a favor, right? Leave me in one of my comments in one of my videos right now. Go get me a link for his page so I can go over there and find out who this nigga is. Because 9 times out of 10, there's some people on here with some mental illness. You know what I'm saying? And so they'll start lying and saying shit or whatever, because they want to fit in contention with real people that actually been around the team, real people that still in contact with the team. I got videos on here with my bad boy brothers. You know what I'm saying? I shared some videos today when I was recording in Daddy's House Recording Studio. Y'all can go check them out there in the community section. Matter of fact, I'll show them again. I'll share them again right now so y'all can go over there and check them out if y'all want to go check them out. Me recording stuff like that or whatever. But you got a new brand of these people that are out here. He be on all night talking about Diddy. Really? Yeah, I want to check this dude out. I want to know who this is. So click, copy and paste this link and just do a comment anywhere. I'll see it wherever you put it. I want to see that. I definitely want to see that. What was I just talking about? Oh, yeah. I said I was going to go over here. And yeah, we got a couple of them. I seen a couple of people like that out here. I keep telling y'all, if you anti-Diddy, and you can make yourself look like a victim and all that shit or whatever in 2025, that's where it's moving. You know what I'm saying? Let me get in on the Diddy cash grab too. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's how they living now. That's how they living. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm just going to share this one real quick. You know what I mean? I got to put something on it, right? That's weird. They won't even let you share the shit like that normally. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm going to share like 3 of them for y'all, all right? So go to my community section. If y'all know where to find a community section here on the app, make sure y'all go check that out. These are all videos of me recording in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are older than others. Some of them are newer than others or whatever. Make sure y'all check them out though, whatever. Like we won't be doing no lying over here. You know what I'm saying? We don't do no lying over here. This the one that I put right here last, make sure y'all go check that out. And you'll hear the producers tell you everybody they worked with. You understand what I'm saying? So it should be no mistake, you know what I mean, whatsoever. Hold on 1 second. I'm just sharing these. So just go to my community section right now. Okay, there they go right there. So I shared all those. Let's go to my community section. He be talking all night. He said he know about everything about him. I want to see you go off on this. Now, I ain't going to go off on him. I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not my thing over here. And I think a lot of people, let me share this real quick. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. Make sure y'all hit up the Cash App, pinned up. You know, that's my thing right there. Yeah, make sure you post that link like Tyrone said. Post that link in the thing. I'll see it in the message if you got it. You said his name is the video farmer, the video famer. I don't know. I don't know who this nigga is. I ain't even saying his name. Nigga probably looking for some what's his name. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him. And if he continue to lie, you know what I'm saying, then we're gonna have to do that. But there's a lot of these dudes doing that. I'm telling you, there's a lot of money to be made out the anti-Diddy sector. Like if you anti-Diddy, they formulated like you, first of all, like you taking up for women and shit like that. They don't give a damn about them women. Who feels sorry for a woman that got $30 million and got a husband? Who feels sorry for her? Is that a fair question to ask? Who feels sorry for a woman that got $30 million and got a husband and a brand new baby? And then shortly after she got the 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, a week after she got the money, a picture was taken of her in Midtown Manhattan shopping with her husband, who used to be the help for Diddy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, son. That was a money grab. We know what it is. It's all good. I don't think, like me personally, I don't think Shorty was down in the first place. I think Shorty always had a lust in the back of her mind for a white man. I know the area she's from. She's from here in Connecticut. A lot of people don't know that. I live in Connecticut. Cassie's from Connecticut. And ironically enough, she's from the area I used to live in Connecticut. So I know how girls are out there. They like to part. Let me tell you, it's a small town. I ain't gonna say where it is, but it's a small town. Everybody know NL. You know NL. You know how NL get down. NL is a small town. Most of the things to do out there is to drink, party, go to the local bars, get messed up and drunk, and go have a baby. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. Most people from NL, they know that. I ain't gonna put too much into that. Shout out to everybody from NL. I love y'all. I know a lot of y'all love me. There's a couple of y'all that don't love me. It's all good. But the point is, that's the makeup of the town. You understand what I'm saying? Make no mistake about it. So it's culture out there. So where she's from is about, I don't know, about an hour, 15, 20 minutes from me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she's like New Haven is like an hour away from her. New Haven's like an hour away from me. So yeah, she's like an hour and 45 minutes away from me. That's where Cassie's from, on that end of Connecticut. And so I know the girls out there. Them girls out there, Norwich chicks is like that. Groton chicks is like that. It's a small area, a small town. You know what I mean? So it's small town antics. So it's a unique small town because all these big city things happen there. So it's like a small town where big city shit happens. It's hard to explain it because it's nothing but New Yorkers and Army, Navy people, and then it's the people from the town, and then a lot of times the people from the town, they from here, they from there. This is the makeup of where Cassie's from. You know what I'm saying? We even know the house she used to live in. She used to live 2 doors down from my man, and if I'm lying, I'm dying. She lived 2 doors down from Seti and motherfucking Craig and their sister. Now tell me I'm lying. Seti, Craig, and their sister, RP to Seti. Them folks that owned that home for I don't know how long. You understand what I'm saying? She lived right around the corner from Ashcraft. You live right on the corner at the store that we call Crenshaw. You understand what I'm saying? Right across the street from the 7-Eleven. Your house was right there on the corner. Around the corner from there, my man Kev lived there. Kev done lived there since he was a little boy. Shout out to Kev. You know what I'm saying? Light-skinned Kev. He was your neighbor. Right around the corner from there is on the left of you is a school. Huh? Right on the right of your house, right there at the corner, there's a park. And that's Jennings. That's not Jennings Park. That hooks up to Jennings School. So on the left of her house, she had a school. You keep riding up the block, and it's like almost like an alleyway street. And you're gonna come out, and it's gonna be a Burger King on the right-hand side, and then across the street from there is a McDonald's. That's Coleman Street. Either way you go after that, you can go to make a right on Coleman Street. Now take you over by the shopping center. Then you can hop on the highway. You can go right back to New York or Boston. You make a left, you can do the same thing. You could go to New York or Boston. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I know where Broad grew up at. Later on, she moved over to, I think it was either Mystic or Stonington, which ain't that far away. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more affluent area. You understand what I'm saying? But like I said, in the words of Sling Johnson, niggas know your mama. I ain't talking about her. I'm talking about in general. Niggas know your mama. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Get out of here, man. RP to Seti, man. This is a townie chick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, only people, like I was telling you about that Rocco dude. Then when he showed up, hey, yo, Rocco. That's a townie. You understand what I'm saying? Only people in England go be able to, here's a quick fun fact. When you get into Connecticut, Connecticut is the New England states, all right? Meaning that most of the, if you look on a map of England and you look on a map of the New England states, but specifically Connecticut and specifically Boston, what you will see word for word is a match of the town. So, for example, New York is named after New Yorkshire. You understand what I'm saying? But that's what the Dutch make up New York. You understand what I'm saying? It was cultivated and taken by the Dutch from the English. You understand? So New York and Connecticut are two different identities. New York is, I won't even say British, but it's definitely English. And once you get into Connecticut, it's called the New England States, all the way up to Maine. So that means that the English had a heavy influence here, heavy influence. And so we had the Gnostics and the Puritans, and what was the other ones? But the Gnostics and the Puritans made up here in Connecticut. My point of reaching all this, if you look on a map, what you'll find is in Connecticut and Boston specifically, and I'll give you an example. We got a New Britain. We got what else? We got New Britain. We got Norwich. We got countless cities. I can't think of every last one. But all our cities are named with the shore name added to it, New. So we'll have like a New Britain, New London, New Norwich. Or if you just look on their map and you look and compare it to the map right there of all the cities and constituencies in Massachusetts and all the cities and constituencies in Connecticut, you'll quickly pick up on it and be like, oh, okay, because Boston and Virginia both are part of the starts of two different sets of the 13 colonies. So the 13 colonies from Virginia on down to Florida, and from Florida up, I think it was to Pennsylvania, one set of colonies, where Jersey, New York, and all them or whatever are a set of another 13 set of colonies from Boston on down. So they're two separate colonies. You understand what I'm saying? Let me see if Duke put that link for that thing too. Y'all want to see that? Y'all want to know if he put that link or not? I do too. I do too. I want to know if you put that link, if you was telling the truth, or you trying to set me up to go off on somebody. Yeah, he ain't put nothing. He ain't put nothing. Because if he had a link, this must have been a troll, somebody trying to get me to come in here and argue with somebody. You see what I mean? Like, you got to watch these people, because what they'll do is they'll come in, and say, I want to see you go off on them. Why you want to see me go off on them? I don't even know what the nigga said. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what he said. He might be somebody. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Why you want to see me go off on him? That means you got a problem with him. See what I'm saying? How it work? You get paid on YouTube when in the urban market, in my personal opinion, because I can't even barely get people to hit the like button. They get mad. But you get paid on YouTube for either being anti-Diddy or hopping online and acting like you got a beef with somebody. So if you hop online, you say, yo, I got a beef with so-and-so. I'm going to beef with them today. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all start going at it. That get traction for your channel. So they're not tuning into what you're saying. What they tuning into is who argue the best. This go on for some people from 7 o'clock in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. Some of these people have 8-hour telethons that they mask as them caring, and really it is the opportunity for them to make money. So you got to watch some of these anti-Diddy people. That girl Lamisha, she went around here. You understand what I'm saying? She went around here telling everybody Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy this, was able to collect a whole bunch of coin. People helped her collect money. You understand what I'm saying? Kind of find out she was lying. You know what I'm saying? I believe that Allie Carter was on that same trip. Went around everywhere, you know what I'm saying, grabbing people's sympathy, support, and everything. There's still people that support her to this day. How can I send you some money? How can you not have a cash app? They love a victim. But that victim shit is falling short. You understand what I'm saying? Because as more as y'all pull out these victims, more people is having less sensitivity because they looking at it like, oh, okay, well, these motherfuckers is lying. If everybody ain't lying, it's damn near a good 60, 70% of them that's lying. And you know what I mean? How many coins can, oh God, here go another one of these dudes, one of these homosexual men over here staring and lusting after somebody's mouth. I mean, oh God, I want to hurt your feelings. Oh, you gonna hurt my feelings? Oh my God, nigga, I don't give a fuck what a man got to say, nigga. I don't give a fuck what a man got to say. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, man, there ain't never been an era. Let me tell y'all something real quick before I go into this whole thing about this. I don't think there's personally ever been an era where we have seen where men have been so feminine as they are now. On one toe, when you got men that's sitting online all day long talking about a man they never met, never will meet, never know nothing about, wasn't being Diddy, and talking about walking into your chat room talking about oil up. I done had men walking here talking about oil up. I said, who the fuck said oil up, nigga? Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, disagree with whatever I say, don't like what I say, whatever, whatever. But don't be on here lying, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go look up this dude he talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know who son is too. Because you know what I mean? Because son, you can't be out here lying. You know what I'm saying? You can't be out here lying. But and that might have been a nigga right there. That might have been a nigga right there himself. Notice he didn't want to put the link. Anyway, hold on one second. I'm gonna read this, whatever, and then I'm gonna get up on out of here because you know it gets kind of boring to me being on here nowadays. Like I'm really bored with it. It's not enough. What I mean by bored, I'm kind of bored with YouTube. It's just become a place for hoe niggas. Like the average hoe nigga, I don't care how much you try to present yourself as a man. The average dudes on here hoes. Like for real. Like they really hoe niggas. Like let me tell you what I mean by that. I mean hoes in the sense that the shit you saying on here, Puff was out of jail, you wouldn't be saying it. You understand what I'm saying? Because you would have been and said it when he was out. You understand what I'm saying? The gumption that these niggas have, and these women too, they sit online and they just, you know, talk da. Like the girl I was telling you about, Lisa Smells. This bitch literally went on her page and said to the public, Joe Biden and both, what's the name, Donald Trump have adamantly said no to giving Diddy a pardon. I said, well, bitch, where you getting your information from? Because there has never been no attempt at that. There has been no discussion. She just posted it up because she felt it would bring some traction because she couldn't go live for a couple of days. And I said, wow, this is the stint that these motherfuckers go. Like, she's so convinced and so thirsty for views that she turns around to lie. Then she turned around and told another lie today. And I'm just like, yo, so y'all allow this off the stake that y'all don't like Puff. Y'all allow these vloggers to lie to y'all, make up stories or whatever. Then y'all think once y'all provide it on your channel and get these people a platform that you're not responsible. And I'm here to tell you, yes, the fuck you are. But you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. That's why sometimes I just step back. I'll be like, oh, okay, that's about to go down. All right, let me step out the way. Let me step out the way. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? How you out here making money and you lying, but you can't make money if you telling the truth. That's crazy to me. I don't know. That's the world we live in. Okay, so this is what we got here. I like Jennifer Aniston. I think Jennifer Aniston is pretty as hell. I think she's beautiful. I think she looks way better than the way she looked the way she looked. And judging by those people that just left right here, let me keep going real quick. I gotta go through my list again on YouTube Studio, because what happens is I get a lot of people that are coming over to my page that actually don't like me, don't like what I stand for. They're friends of other vloggers. Sometimes you'll have these motherfuckers even streaming you as you talking. Like these people, I'm trying to tell you, a lot of these urban vloggers and these people in the urban space, they're very, 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 very manipulative people. You know, they'll do anything for a dime. You see, when I said that, a whole bunch of them dropped off. They'll do anything for a dime. A lot of these people in the urban spaces, they will lie. That's obvious because that's what we were here talking about earlier. And it's unfortunate. I decided on my own behalf that I have to step away from this area of these type of people, because these people are very dangerous. I'm going to say this before I get into the Jennifer Aniston thing. These people are very dangerous. They spread lies, they spread rumors, and they will lie on you in order to get financial compensation from people that fit it. They're like a bubble of a crew. You understand what I'm saying? And the only counter to that is having, like, if you're somebody that plays the part of neutrality, if you're somebody that plays the part of not necessarily saying Puff is guilty or innocent, but if you're someone that plays the part of neutrality, then you should financially be supporting me. You understand what I'm saying? These people that are anti-Diddy are making thousands of dollars and they're not able to prove anything. And nobody's calling it out. Everybody's just like, nah, let's keep funding this person, funding this person. Like, I just listened to a chick the other night, this last night, and today tell two completely different lies. And there's no punishment for that lie that she told. You understand what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. Well, sooner or later, you end up in a seat where Courtney Burgess and Ariel were. You understand what I'm saying? I say Courtney more so than anything. She's just a lawyer. Like I said, answer the phone, gal. Try to leave you opening. You heard? Anyway, moving on. Why are Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston dating rumors trending online? Now, let me tell you what I mean by this. Let me tell you what this guy's antithesis for before I even start reading this story. So far, in 3 different events, Michelle Obama has been without Barack Obama. Now, there could be a litany of different things and reasons behind this. Some people are saying they're getting a divorce. That's the rumors going around that Barack and Michelle are getting a divorce. I don't know if I believe this. Then there's another rumor that's going around that Barack Obama and Michelle had some infidelity going in their relationship and that Michelle actually is the one that cheated. I don't necessarily believe that either. You understand what I'm saying? What I do think that's going on is I think they're creating a separation between them because what I think is, and this goes with Jimmy Carter's funeral. She didn't show up to that. She I don't think he wasn't in attendance when they did the rally for Kamala Harris. I think that was another time she didn't show up. And then there was another time after that she didn't show up either. They just took another picture of her on her birthday. She was by herself. So people are trying to figure out what's going on with Michelle and Barack Obama. Do I think they're breaking up? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if they're breaking up or not. But I do know that a lot of people are pointing at Jennifer Aniston and saying that Jennifer Aniston and Barack Obama have something going on, which is kind of odd because I'm like, well, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, they just don't. If you ever seen Horrible Bosses or Horrible Bosses 2, and you seen the role that Jennifer Aniston played in that video, that movie, it kind of makes sense. She was sexy as hell in that movie. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I think Jennifer Aniston is beautiful. Like, to be quite honest with you, like the way some women, they grow into their maturity and they don't look beautiful until they get mature. Jennifer Aniston was one of them girls. She wasn't that hot when she was young, but she's hot as an older woman, and it's weird. She's around about the same age as Barack. I think she's like 54, 55 or something like that. But make no mistake about it, Jennifer Aniston is fine as hell. You understand what I'm saying? So let me read this. Rumors hinting at a romantic link-up between former U.S. President Barack Obama and beloved actress Jennifer Aniston seem to be surfacing yet again. Such speculations first hit the internet after In Touch published a story titled The Truth About Jen and Barack, which covered their alleged affair. The Dayton theories have started to make headlines once again amidst reports that suggest marital discord between Barack and Michelle Obama. Here's everything you need to know regarding the dating rumors surrounding Obama and Aniston. What are Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston's dating rumors about? The speculations of an affair between Barack Obama and Jennifer Aniston first hit the internet in 2024. However, the film star quickly debunked those theories during her appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live last October. During their interaction, Aniston labeled the In Touch report as a cheesy tabloid story before stating, "I am not mad about it, but it's absolutely untrue." Aniston added, "I've met him once. I know Michelle more than him," referring to their 2007 encounter at the Hollywood Gala. Despite her blatant denial, speculations claiming that Barack Obama is dating the primetime Emmy winner have once again gained momentum online. This trend comes after Radar Online report conveyed that Barack Obama and his wife Michelle Obama are facing issues in their marriage. The story stated that once solid marriage had come under strain for the first time. They're struggling to keep a lid on their problems. The Aniston affair attention was unwarranted, and Michelle felt let down by it all. But the reality is, they're more like friends at the moment. That's what they're saying. They're more like friends, if anything. While the report does not include any factual data at all, netizens seem to showcase some trust in Barack Obama dating rumors. This is a majority due to Michelle Obama's notable absence from former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, as well as Donald Trump's inauguration, where she failed to accompany her husband. Michelle's office has since cited scheduling conflicts as the reason behind her missing Carter's funeral, while many have also highlighted her public disdain of Trump as a cause for her not attending the inauguration. Meanwhile, Barack Obama has yet issued an official statement that distances himself from any dating rumors from Jennifer Aniston. Y'all ready to turn on the Barack too? Where Dr. Umar at? See, what we have to do, brothers and sisters, is when the ex-president of the United States can be penetrated by the snow bunnies. I get on that fucking fraud a little while. The snow bunnies. You know, he's got a snow bunny epidemic. Nah, I mean, they've been married for a long time. They got pictures of them in black and white, son. You know what I'm saying? They got pictures of them in black and white. Jennifer Aniston is bad. Like, I hate to say it, if I had to compare the two, Michelle, or yeah, Michelle's great and wholesome and everything like that, but when it comes to sexy, I'm gonna have to go with Jennifer Aniston. I don't look at Michelle Obama and be like, yo, I want to hit that. I ain't even gonna hold you. And I know that's another man's wife, but I don't look at her like that. So do I believe the rumors? Time will tell. You know what I'm saying? I know it's something that's being pushed out there a lot. I know a lot of people are talking about it. I know a lot of people are interested in it. I know, you know, the usual nosy people that are out there. And do I feel that Jennifer Aniston is a bad choice after Michelle Obama? If it's true, yeah. I mean, that's a fling. You know, yo, you don't leave Michelle Obama for Jennifer Aniston. I'm sorry. Michelle Obama might potentially become the new president of the United States if she put her guns to it. She actually could. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I think they should have ran, if they would have ran Michelle Obama instead of running, what was her name? The one that was running around here pretending she was a black American woman. What's her name? Koala Bear. Let's call her Koala Bear. If they would if they would have ran, if they would have ran Michelle Obama instead of Koala Bear over there, they probably would have won. Now, I'm going to be quite honest with you. People like Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama has an inviting personality. She's not over demeaning, what's the word I'm looking for? Overbearing. Meaning like some women in those positions, they'll go out of their way and they'll be like, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman. Why should you vote for me? Because I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman. And that's the only thing they got to stand on. Michelle Obama, she don't have to stand on that. And that's the difference between a woman with poise and a woman that's just there to be standing there. You know what I'm saying? So I would have to say, now, I don't think Barack Obama is leaving Michelle. What's this person right? Somebody wrote in here, Jace Andrews says she's a man. Well, you definitely got to go. Michelle Obama ain't no man, dog. Michelle Obama ain't ugly. And I can't allow you to say that when we talking about Jennifer Aniston. I just can't. I got black females on here that just won't agree with that. I don't think Michelle Obama look like no man. I ain't say I wouldn't knock the dust off of it. Only thing I'm saying, that's another man's wife, so I'm not gonna look at her like that. But she is an attractive woman. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say that. Do she look better than Jennifer Aniston? And you put them side by side, I'm probably gonna go with Jennifer Aniston. This for a couple of reasons, you know what I'm saying? But it has nothing to do necessarily with race. It's just like Jennifer Aniston is just sexier than me. You know what I'm saying? That's just period like that. But all that, you know, there was this rumor going around that Michelle Obama's a man and all. I didn't heard all that shit before. Michelle Obama ain't no motherfucking man, dog. You know what I'm saying? It like the fact that you sit up there, you write something like that, go to tend to tell me that you probably into men or some shit like that. Your goddamn self. That's probably what really is going on. So yeah, it's just a rumor for right now, and I don't know where it's going to lead. I really don't have too much to talk about that. I just thought I would throw it out there because I thought it was kind of cute that you got, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe she cheating. Maybe they grew apart. See, that's the same thing with me. I like, for me, at first they said in one article they say she was cheating. And then in another article they say Barack was cheating. So I don't know. And I could imagine the distance they probably had when he was filing 2 constituencies as a president. So you go off that, the kids is gone now, the girls are in college, stuff like that. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. If y'all don't donate or support the channel, at least make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Double tap 2 times on the screen. That helps me out a lot so we can get people in here that have disposable income. It's okay if you're poor or you don't have much, but just invite other people in here that have disposable income so they can contribute. That's all we ask. With 2 constituencies under your belt and playing as president, that's 8 years that you missed out on a lot. And I have to say that probably some of his kids you know, some of his kids' life, he probably missed out on a lot of it. And it's such, you put on a lot of provisions when you're president. And so being that he's still young, it makes sense. Maybe Barack would want to get out here and chase a little tail or something like it, live his last years of being bachelorhood. What is he, like 50 something, early 60 something? You know what I mean? He can still get out here and smack a couple cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Swing some D here and there. You know what I mean? He might feel like, yo, I'm going to take this last plunge out. You know what I'm saying? Who? John Jones is a nigga. That ain't even got nothing to do with that motherfucking conversation. We don't do no promo over here. I hate when people be coming. He's 61. Yeah, he's still out here slinging D. If you a 61-year-old man, I don't see no reason why you ain't out here slinging still D. My uncle's 78, and he be having stories about him slinging D. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my uncle. I know he watching. I go here tomorrow. My uncle's still out here slinging D to these chicks. You know what I'm saying? He just gave me a whole story the other day. He was like, yeah, I'm over here. Da, da, da. I can't tell all his business. My uncle over in motherfucking spot slinging massive D to these broads. Yo, Doc, what you doing? You trying to go through the whole pill? He said, nephew, chill. I got it covered. You want a chick too? I was like, nah, Uncle, I'm straight. I don't want nobody, Uncle. I don't want nobody over here. You know what I'm saying? Any chick that he introduced me to, her name gonna be Ethel. She got some old school name. Jenny Mae. Norma Jean. You know what I'm saying? My uncle's 78 years old. Betty. Nephew, I want you to be Ethel. Hi, Ethel. Ethel be like, hey, baby, I made some cookies. You want some cookies, baby? You got to come get them. Be like, nah, Miss Ethel, I ain't coming up to your place, Miss Ethel. Leave me alone, Miss Ethel. But yeah, 61 years old, you still be slanging D. You understand what I'm saying? 61, still young. You still be slanging D. You know, so as an example, Wesley Snipes, 60-something. He look like he ain't slinging D no more. Let me tell you, somebody sling some D too, and she's 60-something. And please believe this. You know what I'm saying? Bald head, stop begging for money. Did anybody hear me climb my cash app? Anybody? All right, so check this out. I got one reply for one of these niggas. This is one of them troll niggas. Probably that nigga Pork Chop. He like to come over here. Pork Chop's obsessed with me. You understand what I'm saying? Like the nigga really want my joint in his mouth. Like he's really obsessed with me. You know what I'm saying? I even go as far as say this nigga in the quarter, he got a motherfucker, what's the name, a crush on me. You understand what I'm saying? So this is live from his uncle's basement. So listen, nigga wrote in here, first of all, nigga, I've been growing my hair back. So you know what I'm saying? Second of all, how do you know what the fuck I do? That's one. Two, why are you in here in another man's shit telling another man what to do and what not to do? Y'all read this shit, right? I don't even know this nigga. You understand what I'm saying? But he's either had this one or several other profiles. He comes in here and does this. So that's why I keep trying to tell y'all. How many times has my audience heard me in the past week scream my cash app? Even in this 2-hour podcast, I'm only screaming my cash app one time. So we got this new group of people that's here online nowadays. Yeah, we got these new group of people that's online. They're both black and white. It's particularly black and white men. They get on and they get fake profiles. Just give me a second. I'm going to get up off here because that's why I don't like doing lives no more, because we have goofy niggas like this out here. But the ones in the black end of society, there's like this black cabal of communists that are on here nowadays. And basically what they do is they get on here. Some nigga talking about Hitler. They get on here, and what they basically do is they go on here and they go on other podcasts too, just like this one that you see right here. It's telling me that get a job, this, that, and other, and the third. Why, you hiring John Smith? Where you work at, John Smith? Let's see if John Smith's still here. Where you work at, John Smith? Can you hire people, John Smith? Huh? Watch this. John Smith, can you hire people? That's what we want to know. What's going on, boy? Can you hire people, John Smith? If you still here, can you hire people? Come on, we're going to wait. We're going to give him 2 minutes to respond. Can you hire people, John Smith? Go ahead. Watch this. I'm going to take this somewhere else in a minute. John Smith, can you hire people? Yes or no. It's a simple yes or no. You wrote 2 comments in here. Why you can't write, can you hire people? Yes or no. Can you hire people? Then shut the fuck up, you bitch ass nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, you can. Where can you hire people at? Tell us. Where do you hire people at? We waiting to hear. Where? Come on, where? 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 You got a gig for me? Go ahead. Where? Let me know. I want to work for you. Where? Where? Well, I want to work for you, son. Can you hire me? I want to work for you, son. You know what I'm saying? I really want to work for you. Come on, man. Come on. I need an app. What's the app website I go to fill out? Because you the big nigga out here. You know what I'm saying? So you hiring niggas. That's what you said. Ain't that what he said, chat room? Where? Oh, now you leaving. Now he leaving. Now I'm a clown and he leaving. Now I'm a clown and he leaving now, right? Y'all see what I mean by these whole ass niggas? Y'all see what I mean by these whole ass niggas? Y'all see what I mean by these whole ass niggas? I can't make this shit up. This nigga been here for 1 year, no subscribers. Yeah, that's pork chopping. His fake profiles. I told you that nigga's desperate, son. That nigga be desperate. That hat makes you look like a walking. Oh, okay, guess what's up, man? That's what's up. Yeah, that comment make you look like you like boys. How about that one? Comment makes you look like you like boys. Do y'all notice this shit now? I keep trying to tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? Look behind you. Good luck behind you, nigga. It's a wall behind me. What the fuck are you talking about? These niggas is crazy, bro. So yeah, just to wrap it up real quick. Let me get up off here because I can't do it. When the weird people start coming in here, I just get off the line, man. You know what I'm saying? I just get off the line. Plus, ain't no financial support here anyway. The only people they support is people that lie and go and spend their donation money at casinos. So you know what I'm saying? I tell people, yeah, that's why I told you, my nigga. I don't depend on none of these YouTubers. I learned last year. Let me tell y'all this, and I'm gonna get off of here. I'm good. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm gonna get off of here. I learned last year that the market on here, as far as it comes with the urban experience, or when it comes with that, get them, Jalen. When it comes with the urban market at probably like an 80% margin, they're not gonna fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? Financially. And the reason they're not gonna fuck with me financially is because of pure simple fact. And I do believe, and I will say this, they're not looking for people that actually divulge, what's really going on or whatever. They're looking for people to articulate bullshit to them. The articulation of bullshit here on these YouTube streets is at an all-time high. If y'all don't know what I mean by the articulation of bullshit, basically means this. You get people that go and they make up a story or whatever. They'll say, hey, well, Diddy did this to me, or so-and-so did this to me. And now the next thing you know, they on everybody's podcast and a set of people want to, interview them or whatever. And this is taught as it's the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And even if you start talking about these things, what you'll start seeing is people will dwindle and move away. This is the way of new Black and urban Americans. This is how they think. They're very, very, they don't understand it. They don't even see it, but they're really under control like drones. You know what I'm saying? They're like under control like drones. So I have to stay away from these people because a lot of these folks, I feel personally, are under possession of demons. You understand what I'm saying? And it goes in correlation with the book, where the book says at the end of the days, it will be brother against brother. And that's what I see. So I don't easily call people my brothers. I got some people out here that are cool as shit or whatever, that frequent my podcast or whatever. And I appreciate y'all. But when you tell me I got over 24,000 subscribers and I only got 9 people that donate and support my channel, and then on top of that, I got niggas that come in there, you understand what I'm saying, that are from the culture, and they trying to tell other people or give the attention, I don't want you to make no money either. Well, that's a tap dancing coon to me, if you're a person of color. And there's one particular person that is a Black gentleman from I'm gonna say from California. He does this on multiple people's podcasts. Him and the complement of 3 other raggedy bitches. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? This man also thinks he's a woman. You understand what I'm saying? So there's some mental shit going on here. I don't have nothing against people in the LGBTQ community. I have friends that are in the LGBTQ community, but this dude actually thinks he's a woman, which is very different. This dude, he carries himself like a woman. He talks like a woman. He reacts like a woman. He wants you to have sympathy for him like he's a woman. So he'll do some dirt and he'll be like, I can't understand. I just this is how he talk. I can't understand because I didn't do anything to anybody. And really, I'm just an innocent victim. And I don't know why everybody's coming down on me. And then he'll take that and then he'll roll with it. And then like these little old bitches that be over there with it, because every bitch over there to follow him over 50. all the little old bitches over there, they'll feel sympathy for a sucker ass and start giving him money. And as to repay him, he'll go to the casino, spend up all that. Like he literally take a motherfucking, because he lives in Cali. So he got to travel to Vegas. So these bitches is over there funding for this nigga to go, not to buy new equipment, not to set up to do anything right, not to go on location and do shit or whatever. No, to fund his gambling habit. So that is the point of where African American and Latin vlogging and the audiences have got to. That's what they donate to. They donate to this nigga. So I'm like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So I learned last year to stop asking the urban crowd for any type of donations. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I only mention it like once or twice. You listen to a lot of these podcasters, they'll say this shit. I know one podcaster, he will literally spend 30 to 45 minutes screaming out his Cash App trying to get support, and will get it based on these African American and Latin supporters. So, you know, it works for some of these niggas. They feel sorry for them. They like them. They support them. I've been here for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I ain't get one donation. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So what I tell people is, if you're not doing like the T shit, or they'll say this, well, he ain't talking about nothing. What they mean by that, that's easily translated. He ain't talking about nothing, meaning like he's not going into what I like to talk about, which is gossiping, shaming people, bashing people, and trying to expose people and all that. He's not talking about that. Therefore, I don't like him that much. And I'm not going to give him any money. That's what they'll say. Or they'll say some other shit. There's people that be, I talked about this before, there'll be people that's in these little secret spots on these paywalls or whatever. I think if you got a paywall, you pussy. Because why can't you say this shit here? You understand what I'm saying? Like, anything I got to say to niggas, I say it right here. I ain't got to go behind no paywall. That's why I don't have a paywall. I don't have to have a paywall. I've called people on paywalls, Discord, talking shit about me or whatever. Yeah, fake entertainment. And the fake entertainment is basically this drama and beef. And there be bitches that wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, you heard dude come in here this a little while ago. He was like, yeah, this podcast that says this, that, and the other, and the third about you, if you were here earlier. And I said, word, well, send me a link. He never sent me a link. He never sent me a link. You understand what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me. Or you'll have niggas like that right here, you know, or you'll have a nigga that goes around and he'll make up fake rumors about people. That's the other thing this fat nigga does. Him, the 3 bitches, they'll run around, because there's 3 of these bitches. One of these bitches is from New York. You understand what I'm saying? Who better watch her motherfucking walk. But anyway, because I actually know where to find you at. You know what I'm saying? How's mom doing that you live with? Anyway. How's mommy you live with? You know what I'm saying? It'd be some bitches on here talking shit about people on YouTube. These bitches they gotta walk past a puddle of piss to get to their apartment off the elevator. It be some bitches on here talking shit. Bitches got 3 kids by 3 different men. It be some hoes on here talking shit. Bitches on her last motherfucking $10 on that EBT card. It be some bitches on here talking shit. They ain't even got a pair of Pampers, a pack of Pampers for tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? There's some bitches be talking shit on here that right goddamn now, if your kids came into the room and said, Mama, I'm hungry, and you ain't have $1 in your hand, you know what I'm saying? Well, you got the other hand on your motherfucking phone talking like, yeah, Y'all done seen this shit. And niggas be giving these bitches money, dog, like out of their motherfucking wazoo. So don't sit up here and tell me the African Americans want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what's of entertainment and in the moment of entertaining. And most of the culture, since the culture of African Americans and a high majority of Latin culture too, is ran by chicks. You understand what I'm saying? Like, whatever these broads tell these niggas to do, they'll do it. They'll follow behind it, because most of them been raised by their mama, so they don't even know how to be attentive to mama and mama's issues. You understand what I'm saying? So they don't even know how to support other men. You understand what I'm saying? They men themselves, and it would be in their best interest to support men. The average black man and Latin man, if you put him in a corner and you say, yo, I need you to support one of our brothers, whatever, and there's a bitch on the side, and they say, make a choice. You want to support this bitch or your brother? He gonna find a reason to make fun of the nigga, but he gonna go support the bitch just because he think there's gonna be an opportunity for him to get a relationship, get some vajay, or get something out of it, for saying that he sided with the woman. But more importantly, what he's looking for is to be revered and looked at as a man. This is not how you get revered and looked at as a man, but motherfuckers siding with nonchalant ass hoes all the fucking time. I talk about a bitch all the time on here. I talk about a bitch all the time on here. Anybody that know me know, bitch, you can't pull no slick shit on me. You know why? Because I come from a trail in of beautiful women. You understand what I'm saying? The girls that are in my family, I got a cousin right now. She just became I celebrated it last week. She just became a doctor. This is her second doctorate degree. This girl ain't nothing but 37 years old. You understand what I'm saying? I got another cousin. She's what do you call it? She fixes people's legs and stuff, like if you break your leg and all that shit or whatever, whatever. I got another cousin that work at a bank. I come from aunts. My aunt was my third grade English teacher. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I come from a litany of women that I know that was stand up people, inclusive of my mother. So when I see like the chicks, they would tell us not to mess around with or not to hang with or not to cool with or whatever. Easy for me to recognize them and recognize the flim flam and the riffraff that they come from. So I say this, there's a lot of men out here that have been raised by women and they have normalized shitty behavior. So they'll embrace a chick that's giving them shitty behavior and not check that broad. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to have that. I don't do it in my real life. I don't do it in my personal life. Because anybody know me in real life, I tell a bitch real quick, all right, bitch, time for you to go. You understand what I'm saying? One of my best friends was basically like my brother. He'll tell you from the quick go. He'll lead me out the room before I even have to say anything because I will go off on a hoe. You understand what I'm saying? Because I will not sit around and listen to lies. And I will not sit around and listen to a man sit up there and back these hoes' lies all for the pure simple fact he wants some vajay. You are a weak ass man if you are that type of man to me. And I don't want you around me. You understand what I'm saying? Nor do I want any money from you. You understand? That I tell the new podcasters all the time, if you coming into the game, number one, here's 3 things for you to save you some time. 1, don't get into the T bracket. You understand what I'm saying? The T spelling bracket. It's going to drive real quick for you. Number 2, watch who you center yourself around on your way to stardom or looking for stardom. Meaning, I would tell you honestly and truthfully, most of the urban space is dedicated to tea dwelling. That's why they stumbling over top of each other to the point where these niggas are telling the same fucking stories. They have no talent whatsoever. And shout out to Corey Holcomb last night for giving that in-depth correspondence on shit. I peep you, nigga. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We can do it that way too. I appreciate you. I appreciate your facts. You understand what I'm saying? I appreciate you. Hey, West Side, what's happening? You know what I mean? Bro, it's always self-centered people who are just looking to push down their moms just to get a feel-good experience because they don't rely on what they need. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of these dudes, they've been raised by mothers. They ain't never had no man around them. They ain't had no uncle throw a football with them. You understand what I'm saying? Or whatever. So if you're that type of man and you grew up in an environment where there was nothing but your mama and a whole bunch of her sisters, of course you relate to bitches more than you relate to men. Now these motherfuckers turn 18, 21, 22 years old and they want everybody to refer to them as a man. Nigga, you ain't a man. You basically a man with a vajay. You understand what I'm saying? And anybody that grew up around men, even if you had a single mom, even if you just had strong uncles, strong grandfather, whatever that was around you, you know what I'm talking about. You automatically can pick up the difference. These niggas got a different ether they exhibit from them. Them niggas that grew up and they more on the feminine side or whatever, they got a certain ether they exhibit from them. I don't know how to explain it, man, but it exudes from them such a high potency that you can hear it in their motherfucking voice when they talking. You understand what I'm saying? So I tell the same statement I said before. I pay attention to who don't support me, especially quote unquote the brothers. You understand what I'm saying? And I look at it because these are the same brothers. If I'm walking down the street or whatever, they trying to figure out what I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I have so many people that are like, I'll be talking or whatever or saying something, and they'll pick up on some little nitpick. What are you? Like I had somebody literally ask me that the other day. It's like it's crazy to me because they don't look at me as one with them. So I'm like, all right, cool. If you don't look at me as one with you, that's fine. I won't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And you got to keep it like that. Like I'm not sitting up here trying to make a group of niggas that anytime you see me and spot me in a sea of white people and you just plainly look at me and don't even look at nobody else in the circle. I don't have time for men like that. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, I'm going as far as I said before the other day. It's made me not want to have a child by a Black American woman because of pure simple fact, not that they're not good enough to have a child by, but I would never want to put my son or my daughter based on the current way that they carry themselves now and they act. Look how they act here on YouTube. I would never want to put my son or my daughter in an environment of people that act like that for the long haul and be like, yo, son, this is the people you got to depend on. It makes no sense. A group of people that support nothing but liars and con artists and shit like that. I would want to put my son or daughter in the middle of that and say, this is your back. No, these people are not good. This is one vlog. His name is O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? Real racist cocksucker. But I like some of his material. This guy, he goes on day to day, and basically what he's doing, in my opinion, is he's hustling the black community. A lot of them do this thing. That's why I don't feed that shit to y'all no more. I'm not doing this Black History Month. I'm not going to locations for the kids so y'all can show it. Nobody gave a fuck. In another 3-4 years, these motherfuckers won't even celebrate Black History Month. They're gonna rip it from them. I'm trying to tell y'all that. So, would you say trying to read you out and try to take you on? But yeah, that's basically what they do. They read you. They try to read you out. Like I've had a million people try to do that to me. Like they'll hear me, especially if they hear me speak Spanish, it fucks them up because they're like, okay, like, and then they'll start looking at your features and shit like that, and they'll be trying to figure out what you are. And then like after that, the next step after that, which comes after that, oh, he ain't really this, he ain't really that. And then they'll try to explain who you are as a person to other people. Oh, well, he's a black Latino and blah, 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 blah. You know, and it's just like, it gets really, 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 really like boring to me. I don't interact with people like that. Like that type of thinking, that's like, what do you call it? Like bottom low surface thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really ain't got nothing to you. And a lot of these people are uncultured. So I'm not bombing on them. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't want my kid involved in a culture like that when I can have a choice and have a great other family. You understand what I'm saying? For my child, and a better community for my child to rely on in the future, because that's the thing that I think African Americans don't understand. Yeah, you rely on community, but y'all rely on community in a nefarious sense a lot of times. The nefarious sense is, you know, a nigga that went, like I gave you a perfect example. You can have two dudes, right? This is how black and Latin culture both work. You can have two dudes coming home. You understand what I'm saying? One's coming home from college, the other one's coming home from prison. The one that's coming home from prison did 4 years. The one that's coming home from college was going away for 4 years, right? They will celebrate that motherfucker that's coming home from prison bigger than they will celebrate the nigga that's graduating from Yale University. I can guarantee you this, especially if it had to do with some hood shit. You will see the nigga that came home from prison, they got $20,000 waiting for them. They got necklaces waiting for them, new clothes. Some people might even bought them a car. You understand what I'm saying? Or whatever. Y'all done seen these videos online. I'm not making it up. They'll take care of a nigga that's coming home from prison better than they'll take care of a nigga that's out here trying to do the right thing. If that wasn't the case, you would have more CEOs and all that shit that would have stories. Yeah, the local drug dealer on my block in Chicago, or the local drug dealer on my block from California, or the local drug dealer and his peoples from Florida or New York or whatever, they put forth the money and just paid out, you know what I'm saying, my whole college tuition for the next 3 years. There's rappers out here that do that shit. Did you know that? Lil Uzi Vert, a lot of people don't give him credit for it. He paid a college tuition for somebody. So did J. Cole. He paid a college tuition for this kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. Don't say it can't be done, because there's rappers out here doing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so, you know, I just tell you, like, I don't expect, like, when it comes to, like, the donation thing, y'all sending people on my channel talking about don't donate to him or whatever, I go to show you what type of climate them folks are. You know what I'm saying? So why would I want my kid to be involved in a culture like that, where the whole culture itself is against each other? The only thing they do is fight and bicker with each other and try to fuck each other over or whatever. It's like, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you go look at the story of Lil Uzi did that. He paid for somebody to go to college. Who else was it? Drake did it. It's a couple other. That's one thing I say about the new rappers. The new rappers do all the shit the old rappers wouldn't do. Because a lot of people be on here and they be like, well, you work for Puff. How come you ain't papered up? How come you asking for donations, this, that, and the third, whatever. And I said, well, because them niggas come from a generation where niggas did the same thing to them. They were tight with the money, only gave money to the bitches. You know, understand what I'm saying? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what it is. Right now, as we speak, there's a bitch running around with $30 million fucking dollars and a new boyfriend that she got at your house, and the bitch would probably be, I'm talking about Puff, and the bitch had been with you for 10 fucking years, running around sucking and fucking just like you was. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. We ain't got to make no excuses about it. She was around sucking and fucking just like he was. You understand what I'm saying? Having a good old time. There's thousands of videos out here about it. That's why I don't believe the hoe. And with all that being said, you get to walk away at the end of it with 30 million fucking dollars. Matter of fact, I got a better story for you. Y'all think this is just adjacent to Puff and Cassie or whatever, right? No, it's not. Hold on. I got a good story for you. How many of y'all heard the story of Helen of Troy? Anybody ever heard the story of Helen of Troy? What was the king's name? Prima, Pama, something like that. Prima, Pama. It was something like that, whatever, whatever. Helen of Troy ended up being romanced by one of Prima, whatever his name is, daughter, wives, sons. One of his sons ended up seducing Helen of Troy. As a result, he took off in the sea and ran off with another man's wife, basically. And as he ran off with another man's wife or whatever, he was subsequently killed in front of his father. You know what I'm saying? At some point or another, or one of his other sons were, if I remember the story right. Right after that, you know what I'm saying? The king, Prema, I think that's how you say his name, Prema, if I remember the story correct. He goes to the king and tries to get his son's body, and the king allows him to get the body, but the whole shit is a setup or whatever, for disregarding the king and disrespecting the king. So then later on, they send a Trojan horse. All right. Inside this Trojan horse is a whole bunch of soldiers or whatever. Prema, the father of the son, out of, like, I think he had like 50 something kids or something like that. He had a whole bunch of kids as king. And he ends up accepting the Trojan horse as a gift, not knowing the whole time that there was a whole bunch of soldiers in there. These soldiers come out of the motherfucking Trojan horse as soon as they wheel this gift inside the gates, and they start attacking everybody and killing and slaughtering everybody, including this whole dynasty. And that's what you see the falling. You see the falling of the, what's the name there? Moral of the story is this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it to you in parentheses or whatever. And I might have paraphrased that story a little bit or whatever, but the moral of the story is this or whatever. There have been lots of kingdoms that have been taken down on behest of a chick. That's the point of the story. You understand what I'm saying? There's like a lot of dynasties that have been removed. You see, we got a doofy in here. This nigga said, who gives a fuck? Well, you wouldn't give a fuck, Felix, because evidently you ain't never had any education whatsoever in your life. So a nigga like you, of course you wouldn't give a fuck, Felix. You understand what I'm saying? Felix, where you working currently? Burger King, McDonald's? You on the 4th Avenue shit to Dunkin' Donuts right now? Look, my man, I take 3 sugars and motherfucking cream. All right, that's why I needed my coffee, and make it snappy. Make sure it's hot, man. It's cold outside. You heard me? That's the state. That's the type of state you're gonna be in for the rest of your life. You loser, motherfucker. I can't even believe you're Latino. Like, the point I'm getting at is, just like that suck ass nigga right there. She was the Queen of Sparta. There you go, Queen of Sparta. You know what I'm saying? Queen of Sparta. But they always say Helen of Troy. Isn't that weird? They always say Helen of Troy. But having the story go, they delivered the Trojan horse. You know what I'm saying? I'm still going to refer to it as Helen of Troy, but you're all right about Sparta. They delivered this Trojan horse, and all these soldiers jumped out, and they killed everybody. Moral of the story is, bitches always been at the center of some conflict from the beginning of the time, nigga. Bitches have always been out here and killed and took away dynasties. You understand what I'm saying? This is a whole fucking dynasty that you can still see the remnants of their kingdom. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not only him, but there was many other men after that that fell on behest of a woman and believing in a woman. That's her already, at the behest of a woman. You understand what I'm saying? And if you take it all the way back to biblical examples of this, you need another one? Cleopatra. She had Brutus kill the poor man. And then, like, oh my God, it's crazy. I think she killed her son too. You understand what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of these women. They the cause most of the time. That's my point. Women have always been the fall of dynasties. You understand? So when I see, and I'm not saying every single dynasty, but many of them. Eve is another example. Eve was the first one. She made Eve and Lilith, depending on how you believe. I believe in Eve and Lilith. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that Lilith was actually Eve's first wife. Adam's first wife, which is depicted in the Torah. And I believe this because if many of y'all know, I had an ex-girlfriend at one time. She was from Afula, Israel. Her name was Adi. I was with her for a very, very short amount of time, maybe like 2 years or whatever. But she lived with me in one time. I know how to write my name in Hebrew based off her. She was half Turkish and half Israeli. She served in the Israeli military as well. You know what I'm saying? For people that know me, y'all remember Adi. She was very beautiful. She looked like Mary Benari, the girl that played the hip-hop violin back in the day. She looked just like her, but prettier, way prettier. When Adi walked in the room, you would, like, automatically, your eyes are fixated on her. You understand what I'm saying? Because it was her eyes and her body shape. Like a lot of Israeli women are very curvy. You understand? And that's how she was. I ain't even gonna lie. Her beauty and her curves was first thing that made me pay attention to. I should have married the chick. You know what I'm saying? Outside of 2 or 3 other women, probably should have married, but that's neither here nor there. Um, Cleopatra, Lilith, and perhaps may have been the first one that was the problem. Lilith, the story goes with her. Lilith refused to submit to Adam. She refused to follow Adam's rules. She refused to follow behind Adam. She refused to submit to Adam. And as a result, God came down and destroyed her. Well, out of the remains, and this time to get it a little closer, he thought, well, maybe if I take one of the ribs of Adam and form Eve, maybe she'll be a little bit more behest to him. And to the most part, she was. Until found out she was easy to manipulate. Now, if you find both of these stories and you follow both of these stories, you can equate it to the modern day woman again, when what you're really seeing is, and I got 2 points to this. I believe when you talk about Lilith and Eve or whatever, and we go back in history and we say the oldest living body that we found, that we can what's the name? Yeah, Lilith was the OG. The oldest body that we found in human history is one called Lucy, which was Jesus Christ, what do they call that? There's a name for it. They have a name for all these different ones. Like I just found out the other day, that the modern, what you call the troglodyte, is actually, what do you call those people? I forgot. It takes me a minute, but there's a human name that they have attached to it or whatever, right? Yeah, duality. There you go. They have a human name, like human expectus or erectus. You know what I'm saying, those names. I just can't think of it right now, and I don't really feel like looking it up. But anyway, long story short, because things like, yeah, I like to look up. I don't like to just throw it out there. My point is, Lucy was the oldest body that they have found, right? And that was in Africa. So it's safe to say that the oldest woman in the world is probably a black woman, because they say everybody comes from Africa, right? Is that fair? Okay, cool. All women come from Eve and Lilith. If these women are black, that means everything that spawned from them is black too. So wouldn't that mean that the DNA originally what Lilith and Eve were about, wouldn't that be the strongest in the modern day black woman? I'm just saying. If the DNA sequences is right? I'm saying, wouldn't the epitome of all the things that their transgressions were, wouldn't the epitome being the original woman? If we are to say that the black woman is the original woman, wouldn't that mean that? I'll run that by you one more time. If we are here to say that Lucy was the oldest body that we have found in the whole entire world, which was centered in Africa, right? We also to say, based on the transgressions that they had against the original man, which was Adam, are we to say, does this mean that Lilith and Eve were actually black women themselves, and their DNA and their faults and their sins and the what's the name that God gave them for their sins, the punishment that God gave them for their sins, is that now being mimicked out and put out right now in society? Is that DNA sequencing still exists? Is that attitude this exists? Is that curse still exists? Because if you look at it very quickly, you'll notice that we're now living around a banshee of many different women, you know what I'm saying, from many different ethnicities that don't want to listen, that don't want to follow direction, that don't want to follow behind a man. Most of these women are anti-men. I started asking the question. I said, well, so many of y'all hate men. Won't y'all just start dating each other? You know what I'm saying? To leave the prostitutes for us. We'll pay $40. I pay my $40. If I ain't got to have an argument, if I ain't got to spend $130 to take you to dinner like nowadays, just leave the prostitutes for us. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go on over there to with Wonder Woman and the motherfucking rest of the Amazons. Y'all go build on that island over there. You know what I'm saying? JJJ, for JJJ. Neanderthals are considered troglodytes. Neanderthals are a species just like the what do you call it? Denisovans, which are like little mini people. The Denisovans, then it's the troglodytes, which are considered Cro-Magnon men or Neanderthals. Then you have the Denisovans, Cro-Magnon men, Homo erectus, which doesn't come until after like 5 different other species of freaking what's the names come, 5 other different species of like at one time there was upwards of like 5 to 6 different species of humans, which you know as humans walking the earth. The oldest is the ones that basically are similar to monkeys, which are and see, I have to look up all these because it's erectus is the form of human erectus, which is us, or humano erectus, which is us now. But there's so many different categories. Like there's even a period in life where they say that there's a point when Neanderthals and what you call the modern day human erectus, they actually merged and had children together. You understand what I'm saying? There's a point where they say there's somewhere up to 6 to 7% of the population that still has heavy the Neanderthal DNA in inclusion of their family. They found this. They've even found people. You'll look at them and they don't look fully like a Neanderthal, but you can look at them and see, yeah, this motherfucker got some Neanderthal DNA in them. They actually have a movie out where they had this man, and in the movie, he actually brings a Neanderthal back to life off of DNA sequencing. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm not a proponent of that. I'm not a proponent of DNA splicing as well. If y'all ever seen this movie, it's crazy. Like they literally in the movie, they take DNA that they find in some fossils from a Neanderthal, and they make a whole. They combine it with modern day DNA, and they make what is called a modern day Neanderthal. And this motherfucker goes crazy in the movie. If y'all ever seen this movie, it's out there. I just can't think of it. Just enter it in Google, whatever, it should come up. But in the movie, the dude is a what's the name? Yeah. Yep, that's probably how we came about. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Like, there's a lot of different history when it comes to where we got to humano erectus. I mean, before that, there was like, I think upwards of like 10 different species of humans actually walking the earth in different planes. So, you know, you had the ones in Africa and they would cross over into Europe when they had the Bering Strait still existing. There wasn't no such thing as Pangea yet. You know, it's crazy. It would take me hours to explain this shit. You know what I'm saying? It would take me hours to explain this shit to get a specific name for each one of these groups of humans and things like that. But ultimately speaking, back to the premise of the conversation, if we're to say that Lucy was the oldest living body that we found, and this is millions and millions of years old, we have the stories of Lilith and Eve or whatever. Isn't it just safe to say that the modern day black woman or many modern day women might be living off the spirit of Eve and Lilith? And when it comes to black women, I would say even if it means that the strain is even stronger, because if you can look at Lucy, and when they do the recreation of what Lucy looked like, she looks like a black woman. So I would say, okay, if Lucy was all the millions of years back, and these stories of the Bible are actually as old or not as old as these quotation periods that existed, right? Wouldn't that mean that possibly and pretty much figuratively that black women back then are the Liliths and Eves of today? I mean, I'm just saying it would make sense to me. And anybody that says that they're not and they just argue with that partition, then I need you to automatically stop saying that the black woman is the original woman. I need you to stop with that term right now. Right now. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I believe it too. Know what I'm saying? FKB, what you say? FKH and FJB forever. Now we don't do that over here, son. You got the wrong page. You got the wrong page. We don't do gang shout outs in here. I'm not part of no gang. I'm not no drug dealer. I'm not any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? What I am is I'm a guy that's got a whole bunch of people that I know. You know what I'm saying? And whether you believe that or not, well, that's on you. You'll find out. But, but anyway, they always find out. But anyway, long story short, I'm not here to throw any threats at anybody. I don't jump on my channel and tell people not to donate to people. I don't go to other people's channels and tell people don't donate. Be quiet, Polo. I'm a sweetheart, really. I'm a nice guy. I really am. I swear to God. But anyway, long story short, you got these people that that's y'all saw tonight. They come into my chat room and tell people don't donate to me. I'm begging for donations and all this shit or whatever. If you follow me for even the past month, you'll know that that's not true. But we got certain bloggers out here and certain fans of these bloggers that they find that that's their need to do, to go into people's chat rooms, tell people don't donate to them. A lot of these is women masquerading as men. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of these is women masquerading as men working for other men, you know? So I don't care about that. It's more of a, to me, I say like this. if you got somebody to come into your chat room and you accept what they talking about, and they were able to do that type of distortion, they able to type of do that type of manipulation so easily to a crowd of people, it says to me, well, maybe we need to stop paying attention to these partition of people because they're using the culture. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody that's out there, make sure y'all support my channel. We was gonna do some things tomorrow. It's gonna be warm. It's been cold. Yeah, they hating Polo, hating like a lot. You know what I'm saying? You good, you good. And it's starting, they're doing it to try to like financially, I guess that's what it is. You got this little black cabal. I don't know if y'all noticed it or not. Most of them are FBA members. Some of them are these what do you call it? The other ones, I don't know, the descendants or whatever the fuck, whatever. That ain't never nothing that's of importance. I'll give you a perfect example. Them lost descendants of tribes of Africa, American descendants, or whatever the fuck else. You notice this. They always use, and I'll give you a perfect example why I say the things I say. Just about, I think it was a year ago, maybe a year and a half, a little bit less, they had the last 3 survivors of the Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre, which y'all refer to as Black Wall Street massacre. There's 3 people that are still alive from that. All of them were kids when this happened. One of the ladies, I believe she is 104, 106 or something like that. There's another gentleman, he was up there, whatever. He's about 110. See, a lot of people don't even know this. And then there's another one that she's around about 106. There was a guy too, he was 113. He passed away about 2 years ago, right? What's up, Big Slime? And so they had a congressional hearing to see what they was going to do for these folks that were the last survivors of the Tulsa, Oklahoma bombing. Yeah, you can go look this up very easily. I'll show you guys right here as I'm talking to you. And so they had a hearing for them. And they were trying to figure out what they were going to do with them. They was going to give them any money. They was going to give them recognition or what happened or whatever. You ain't see no FBA people out there. You ain't seen none of these other groups out here that talk about, yeah, we for this, we for that, or whatever. You ain't seen none of them out there. Them people were out there by themselves. That's why I tell you, a lot of people of color, they put more interest into, what the hell's my tablet? They put more interest into selling you stories of redemption and shit like that or whatever. Really, they give you stories of redemption and all that or whatever. What they don't tell you is the reality of what's going on and where they were and where they wasn't at. Same thing I keep bringing up, and I'm glad Craig Facts brought it up. You brought it up your own little way, but I appreciate you, nigga, because you were listening to me too. The same way you have people that are in these ADOS movements and these FBA movements or whatever, and really they're not doing shit. He said, no, I definitely don't hear it spoke about actually. See that? So let me put this in here. So let me show y'all this. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hold on one second. I'll bring this right up for y'all. Because I'm asking, my question is, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street survivors. My mom, my aunts, and everybody used to be into these movements, these pro-black movements. So I know how they're supposed to operate. And if your ass ain't on the motherfucking boots on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. Survivors. You even have to enter it in a certain way. It won't come in. Here we go. Yep. They met with the Department of Justice. Yeah, I told you I was one of them that died this a little while ago. So I'll read this one right here. But as y'all can see, there's a whole line of different articles you can read. And you see that one at the top, Race Massacre Survivors. That's the one I'm going to read to y'all. So I told you I was one of them that died. Race Massacre Survivors to appear in State Supreme Court April the 2nd. And this is dated March 31st, 2024. So this was this past year, all right? So I ain't talking about 5 years ago or whatever. This is second meeting. I told you one of the guys died. Tulsa, Oklahoma. 2 remaining. This so y'all can see this. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know this ain't no bullshit. They actually went to court. Hold on one second. I don't know why this is here like that. This is one of the women right there. Y'all see her right there, and that's the other gentleman right there. But you see the old woman with the headphones on? These are the last two survivors, and you can see both of them in the wheelchairs. So let me read this off to you, and then I'll subsequently, if it's time allowed, it I'll play the whistle name. Like I said, I don't stay here too long. I've been here longer than I have been, but you know what I'm saying? I feel obligated to talk about these things. The two remaining survivors of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre will appear in court for what they could be their final time, April 2nd, at the state capitol. Carnage spanning from the entirety of once vibrant Black Wall Street has shaped so much lives of Mother Leslie Benningham Randall, the mother and mother Viola Floyd Fletcher, both 109 years old. Mobs of white Tulsans killed hundreds of people in the Greenwood district, and left thousands wounded, or both. To this day, no person or entity has received compensation or reparations for any kind of any kind from the city of Tulsa, specifically for the damage. Janine, a Charlotte, North Carolina resident visiting Tulsa, decided to send her Easter evening learning about the district's legacy. When I looked at all the plaques that were on the street, this was definitely a thriving community in the past, said Janine, who preferred not to give her last name, doing what they could do within the constraints of segregation, and then this being totally destroyed in 1920s just because of hate. The survivors' attorneys alleged that the city of Tulsa should be held responsible for the trauma and pay reparations. Hughes' Uncle Red Van Ellens advocated directly to the Washington lawmakers in 2021. We aren't just black and white pictures on the screen. We are flesh and blood, Van Ellens said. Uncle Red told Congress that he didn't want to die without receiving justice he sought. He passed away last November. Remember, I told you I was one of the men that died without making any final appearance in front of a state, without making a final appearance in front of the state Supreme Court. So they had already the year before went in front of the state Supreme Court. Remember that, of Oklahoma. Then they removed to the DOJ, the Department of Justice. Tuesday, the remaining survivors will get their chance. This was once again, this is from April 4th of this past year, 2024. Justices on the bench agreed to hear arguments after reviewing the lawyer's brief filed in August, just weeks before the district judge in Tulsa County sided with the city and dismissed the suit with prejudice. So they dismissed their suit. And you know why they dismissed their suit? Because there wasn't no pressure put on. So where the fuck were all you niggas when Graham right here and Grandpa was in there fighting for the motherfucker, what's the name for y'all? Huh? What was y'all at when the Department of Justice, what was the ADOS and all these FBA motherfuckers or whatever that want to sit on and pop fucking post up or come up on my page and tell niggas don't donate to me or whatever. And y'all niggas got the motherfucking info right here and y'all ain't even motherfucking act on it. I'm calling pussy. Janine said that she thinks the survivors deserve justice too, even if it comes to 103 years later. I really feel that they should get restitution for the damage that was done. The arguments are scheduled for 1:30 p.m. This was, like I said, April 4th of 2024. When Tulsa, Oklahoma had tossed it out. You ain't hear one. Tell me somebody that's African American in my fucking what's the name chat room right now that you knew this was going on and you part of that FBA or that ADOS bullshit, that symbolic bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? And tell me you was there and you knew about it and you went to show up. Huh? Tell me you was there. I keep trying to tell you, if you a real motherfucker, you gotta start calling these niggas out for this subliminal shit versus the real shit, man. Listen, my name is Davin Lewis. I'm off of here. I've been here long enough with y'all. Ain't no money coming out of here for me. And yes, I am about dough. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, unfortunately, we gotta blow up on out of here. Man. I'm sorry, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I will leave it off at this. You know what I'm saying? No, it's cool. I'm good. Like I said, you know what I mean? I work for Google. I work for Google. You know what I'm saying? I work for the people. I did that. That was for me. I just want to leave off right here. If you see the fakeness, yeah, I work for Google, baby. I don't work for the people no more, baby. I work for Google. You understand what I'm saying? That's who I'm in ties with. Fuck the people. That shit's over. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas won't want to admit it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get y'all at. Fuck all the people shit. That shit is over. That's some shit from yesterday. What you think this early 90s? We gonna throw on some African medallions and shit like that? No. All that for the people shit is phony. It's phony. The only thing they for the black people, black Americans, they for the white folks, and they for other bitches. That's it. So if you looking for any of these brothers to financially support you, you out your motherfucking mind, nigga. I'm telling you, if somebody got 24,000 supporters, the only time you will get financial support on YouTube or any of these other formats, and you a person that look like me, is if you a bitch ass nigga, you a gossiping ass nigga, you a nigga that runs around, ooh girl, I got the scoop ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Them the type of niggas that get the support from the motherfucking black community and the Latin community on here. And unless you fit in that foray, you're not gonna get it. Ratchet is in style. Being a liar is in style. Being a cap artist is in style. Being a clout chaser is in style. So I don't expect to get no support on this motherfucker. Especially if they hit 3 hours, you took in this real gospel and they don't feel it. The majority of the culture is fake now. You understand what I'm saying? They porcelain, synthetic. You dig me? So you're not gonna find no reality out of these niggas. These niggas have not been raised like that. These niggas been raised by bitches, most of them. You understand what I'm saying? So they have a bitch thinking kind of mind. And the way women think is they sit back and they compete with each other. You understand what I'm saying? That's how women do. So, you gotta look at these niggas as they basically, there's men with vajays. That's the best way I can look at it. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't be tripping about that shit. I don't. You ain't gotta. Yeah, I mean, basically, that's what most black men are. I'm gonna say like 75%, and Latin men too. They're so many of them been so deeply penetrated mentally by women that basically they're just men with vajays. You know, like I give you an example. I've had situations where I'll be standing in a sea of white people out here in Connecticut or whatever, and I'll have the one black dude that comes in the room or the one black woman that comes in the room, and they'll look at you like this. They won't look at anybody else in the room. They just look at you like, you think you better than us, don't you? Because you ran all these white folks. Look, I showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very weird, I don't know how to explain it. And anybody that sits here and fakes and act like they don't know what I'm talking about, you just a part of the problem. It's a very and Latin people do this shit to each other too. Latin people will be in the grocery store and they'll accuse somebody, if they work security in the grocery store, they'll accuse somebody else Latino of stealing. You know what I'm saying? One of my exes, she's Dominican, right? And I remember one day we was in the store and she went in the store or whatever to do what she was doing or whatever with her girlfriend. And she came out, she's like, yo, you know this bitch? And like she get it in. Like she get it in for real. Like all kinds of shit can happen with her. You get pepper sprayed, sliced up, machetes might come out, pistols might go. Like she's a wild girl. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like most of the that's what I told you. If you a chick beefing with me, I am not the dude to do that with. I'm trying to tell you. Don't be if you a chick, don't beef with me. I know some chicks that's animals. Like trust me when I tell you this. Like they would all that shit. And they would like they'll really make it so like every time you look in the mirror, you're gonna think about them. So I want to say to you, you know what I'm saying? Real inspiration and value doesn't come from money or material wealth, but from family and friends. That's how you believe, my nigga. That's how you believe. I worked for millionaires from the time I was fucking 20 up into 37. This nigga said real inspiration and value. The fuck if it don't. You understand what I'm saying? Your family won't even be around to survive if it ain't for money. What the fuck is you talking about? That sound like a nigga that live with his bitch. You live with your bitch? You sound like a nigga that live with his bitch. Niggas that live with their bitch say shit like that. Real inspiration comes from family and all that. That sound like a nigga that like your bitch be at work and you be cooking dinner and shit for the kids. You sound like one of them type of niggas, huh? Like you ain't really got nothing to offer. You just like the nigga I was talking about, like a grown ass man with a vajay. I don't like niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that sound like some soft shit to me. Like matter of fact, I don't even want you here no more. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. I don't even want you here no more. That sound like some bitch nigga shit. Real sacrifice comes from family. Let me tell you something, nigga. If you put it all down for a bitch, and then at the end of the day, what's that nigga's name from? I'll give you a perfect example. What was that nigga's name just a minute ago from Wild 'N Out, right? Shout out to Nick Cannon. What was that nigga? Y'all make sure y'all go check out Nick Cannon's show. We playing spades. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to promote that. Y'all go over there. Make sure y'all check out Nick Cannon's new show. We playing spades. And had everybody on there. Even Lonell's stank ass. You know what I'm saying? So y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Whatever. We playing spades with Nick Cannon. He had 5150 on there. Shout out to Corey Holcomb, all that shit. So, what was that nigga say? Oh yeah. Unfortunately, we real family first. We need family first. Man, listen, there ain't been a black family and a black culture since the 19 fucking 80s. An abundance of them since the 1980s. For Latinos, it ain't been the same since like the late mid 90s. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you that. I'm trying to tell you that. He said, I love spades. Go check his stuff. They play that on there. I just watched the one with DC Young Fly on there too. Shout out to DC Young Fly. So make sure y'all go check that out on Nick Cannon's page, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? Nick Cannon, we playing spades. Make sure y'all go check it out. Sign up for the cast. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all subscribe to him. You know what I mean? He had Corey over there. He had DC Young Fly, Lunel Stank Ass over there. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple people on this. So go make sure y'all check that out or whatever. We playing spades. Tell them I sent you over there. You know what I'm saying? I like to do something for niggas trying to do shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. Because trust me, niggas ain't trying to do nothing for me. So the way I can do it, I do it. You know what I'm saying? To show love to people that don't even show love to me. You know what I'm saying? That don't even show love to me. It's all good though. You know what I mean? It's been like that for the past 5 years I've been on here. I done had people on here make fun of me when I was in a situation fucked up during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And they don't claim they was part of the culture. So I've grown to accept who African Americans are as a people. I think a lot of them at about an 80% rate, they are very hateful people. They don't like each other. They don't support nothing but fuck nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you talking about somebody trying to, if somebody join you because you trying to destroy somebody else that look just like you should raise your motherfucking eyebrow like this. Like, nigga, you serious? If somebody trying to destroy somebody like you exclusively and they talking about they're going to take this person down but don't want to take down crooked cops. Like, for example, the nigga that shot Trayvon Martin, nigga ain't did nothing to him and that nigga tried to sell the gun he shot the nigga with. Where that energy at? You understand what I'm saying? They don't care. What these niggas care about, they care about motherfucking views and likes on these free accounts that they got. You understand what I'm saying? And they'll tell you any lie they got to tell you or whatever to make themselves feel good or feel like they can rally up the troops to donate to them and give some money to them or whatever. I don't do that. And at this point, I'm just like, fuck it. You don't support me, you don't support me. You ain't got to show me no more than what you showing me. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And please feel the need to understand when I get back on track, I ain't gonna support you either. Fuck the culture right now. It's all fucked up on some shiesty shit. I'm trying to tell you, B. It really is. It really is. It's on some shiesty shit. Like I said, like if you find like this, peep the game, and I'll leave off with this. Niggas can sit on here online, and basically the only thing you could do, and that's why I do it sometimes, just to see if it'll react the same way for me. Niggas will sit online and they'll basically do nothing but reread articles, right? And then after they reread the articles, they give their unfucking accomplished, uninvolved opinion about what they just read based on what they've seen on TV or what they've seen in other articles. You know what I'm saying? This is their bias, this is their opinion. And people will roll with that based off the fact it sounds off in a certain type of octave that resonates with them. So basically what they are, they're professionals at relating to the common man. You understand what I'm saying? Which is good. But the type of common man that they're trying to motherfucking attract are common men that are usually unaccomplished, angry, honestly racist as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm not racist at all. I'm like Family Guy. I talk about every fucking body. I talk about niggas. I talk about Shreks. I talk about Poe White Track. I talk about everybody. If you come up with this motherfucker say something smart and you Indian, I'm talking about Indians today. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk about everybody. I've always been like that. Like I have no biases in who I smash on. Please believe that. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of Black American men are not your brother. If they're around you and they're up around, they haven't been raised like that. And a lot of Latin men either. They haven't been raised. It's a regurgitation of BS. Exactly. So, yeah, that's what it should, but unfortunately it's not. These niggas have been raised by bitches, and y'all got to understand these bitches have a psychology that they don't like men. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these women, you know what I'm saying? You find out later on they're lesbians, or they had lesbian relationships while they had the kids or whatever. We never get into that conversation. A lot of these women out here yelling and screaming at black men and men of color are gay, but in reality, according to the CDC, at a 9% rate higher than black men, black women are motherfucking identifying with the LGBTQ. Now answer that shit for me, bitches. Answer that shit for me. You mean the whole time the charade that y'all out here pointing to every man out here that's black is gay? In reality, you bitches are trying to hide the fact that you bitches like licking carpet? We're going to talk about that one day too. You should call bullshit if you see it, no matter association. Nah, with the niggas today. So y'all some real niggas. That's why I can sit here and talk to y'all. But the majority of these niggas that's out here nowadays, these niggas will get online and they will brown nose and simp. The simp market is deep. Y'all don't understand. The simp market is deep, Polo. The simp market is deep, LaGeorge. The simp market is so deep that you can't even penetrate this motherfucker because so many of these bitch-ass niggas been raised by bitches. They ain't never had an uncle to play football with. They ain't never had a cousin to beat them up. A motherfucker told them how to throw a punch or something like that. They ain't never been in the field where they got to get punched in their mouth a couple of times to teach them how to take a punch so they don't fall down when they get into it with somebody. They ain't never been showed how to hold a right type of punch. You understand what I'm saying? They ain't never been taught how to really grasp and grab the football. They ain't never been taught how to throw a motherfucking baseball or whatever. But in fact, the only thing these niggas then did is play with the girls, joke with the girls. You understand what I'm saying? You even watch them on the line and watch who they talk to then. They always with some girls. You get what I'm saying here? So when you get these niggas out here, they say, well, you know you're a weak motherfucker when you say some shit like this. Well, so-and-so told me don't donate to you, so I'm not going to donate to you because so-and-so said so. Well, who the fuck is so-and-so? Well, so-and-so is one of my favorite bloggers. So so-and-so said that, so I ain't gonna see. That's a nigga that been led by a bitch. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said, like, I got old black friends that I had or whatever the case may be. Like, you see when I'm sitting here having a conversation about some nigga coming in and say, who's the best rapper? That's a nigga's been raised by a bitch. You see what I'm saying? That's a nigga been raised by a bitch because that's what bitches would do. A bitch would come in and be like, you know what, I'm going to interrupt this whole thing, girl. Let me say this. Watch some niggas that leave key on their first comment. If you a nigga to come in here and leave key, and the shit I wasn't talking about was funny, y'all know my style. I automatically get rid of you. You's a whole ass nigga. I'm not with niggas that come on my channel and tell people don't donate to people. I'm not going to back people to come on my channel and tell people don't donate to this person. Make sure we starve them out. Let's make sure we throw, you know what I'm saying, a situation on them or whatever. I'm not going to support people like that. Fuck them. And I'm definitely not going to you can record this, clip it, whatever you fuck you want to do. I'm not going to, at the current climate that African Americans are acting in, especially that's demonstrated here on YouTube, I would never at this point in time, maybe beforehand, but never in this point in time, go and electively have a baby by African American woman. Not because she's not good enough. No. A lot of these women have beautiful children. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. None of them didn't even want to hear the reason why. This is how ignorant a lot of them are. You know what I'm saying? None of them didn't even want to hear the reason why. They just want, oh, he said something about black women, we gonna click off. That shit's over. Nobody's going to give a fuck under this constituency, all right, about you being, I'm a black woman, and you can't talk about it. Nobody's going to give a fuck under this constituency. Trust me, that was one of the best things about this nigga getting in. You understand what I'm saying? Nigga, take that 1 cent and stick it up your fucking ass with your mother. How about that? Anyway, long story short, I would never have a baby with one of those women because of the pure simple fact, not that they're not good enough, because of the pure simple fact, look at the world that you're inviting them into. Look at the people that they would have to call as, this is the person that has my back. Have you seen the current climate of motherfuckers now? These bitches, they stick with each other, dog. That's why I said maybe it's better off for them to start marrying and dating each other and adopting kids. There's a whole bunch of kids over here that need to be adopted. You and your girlfriend, y'all get together, you know what I'm saying, and live in happily matrimony. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, if you really look around at these videos, you understand when they on the 20 plus and Pop the Balloon show, for example. You ever seen that, the 20 pound level Pop the Balloon shit? You'll notice the girls will get on there and they'll be like, they're not even interested in men. They'll either all pop the balloon or all the girls will sit there and clap each other on why they popped their balloon or whatever the case may be. I'm trying to tell you, the women that you have today, a high majority of them are borderline lesbians or misandrous. You understand what I'm saying? That's another disdain in the reason why a lot of these bitches are not being picked. And based off that, what you're going to see as a result of that is you're going to start seeing your birth rates dwindle even more than they already have been. Now, you don't have to believe me. I don't care. I really don't. But I know for a fact, I'm not going to put, you don't believe me? Go right now to the CDC website and tell me what the choices. I like to put it like that, but it's the word that start with ABOR, right? Go tell me what the ABOR rates are for Black American women and how those numbers actually over since 1981 have attributed where you should be somewhere about 19 to 20 to maybe 25% of the population is reduced you down to 14% because these bitches keep going down there to choices. It's some hoes that go down to choices so many times that the motherfucking doctors are like, now look here, bitch, you can't come here no more. You can't come here no more, ho. I can't do nothing with you no more. You understand what I'm saying? Legally, I can't do nothing with you no more, ho. You understand what I'm saying? I hit the motherfucking fallopian tubes one more time. This might be the end of you. It's a God honest truth. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? If you punch in all the OnlyFans models, all the chicks out here selling vajay on the loose for, $40 for a holler, you understand what I'm saying? The shit started to make sense. So from 1981 up until 2025, where you should have been somewhere upwards of maybe 40% of the population, statistically standing, you're less than that. When you get the bitches that's in here now, they talk about, oh, hey, we hate men. We don't like men. All these men are fucked up or whatever. Well, bitch, you missing out on 5 to 10 years worth of fucking at your primo years. That's why you're going to start seeing a lot of, listen, this is my word. You're going to start seeing a lot of these old hoes having babies in a minute. You understand what I'm saying? And majority of them are going to have babies by men that are not of their culture. So that's why I'm telling the men, don't be out here motherfucking eradicating your choices trying to chase after one of these sisters, which 9 times out of 10 was raised by a single mom that don't like men at all. You understand what I'm saying? Or more importantly, don't like men specifically of your tone that look just like her father, look just like her brother, or whatever the case may be. Ditch these bitches. In many cases, half of them bitches ain't even worth shit any fucking way. What the fuck benefit does a bitch that live on the 5th floor with 3 kids in the projects benefit me in life? No, this is the bitch that I need to take care of for the rest of my life. You understand what I'm saying? No, I'm good. What's the dude's name from Wildin' Out? I just seen him the other day. That's why I was speaking to Nick Cannon. This nigga was in the hospital or whatever, if y'all know who I'm talking about. The bitch sent him divorce papers and then because she thought the nigga was going to die. So she started filing divorce papers while the nigga was sitting on his deathbed. Come to find out the nigga survived. He was on Angela Yee's channel talking about the shit. Y'all should go over there and check that out. Homie said, I'm going through it right now. I got boys 5 and 7. Baby mama keeping my boys away from me for no reason. Nasty work. Yeah. They even do this with white men when they have, I've noticed this too, because I started doing the intel on that. Even when they have babies with white men, they do the same thing. It's like this thing where they've grown into this class of women that believe that they honestly and truthfully, they have normalized single parenthood so much that they think it's a regular thing. Just like I tell you, they normalize trauma. They normalize bad things that happen in their life. This is a group of folks that keep on normalizing shit and then turn around and present it to you like this is rough living. They even embrace rough living. Yeah, that's right. And white people do it and Latin people do it too. They'll pick the roughest side of town and tell you, yeah, I grew up over here. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised. Y'all ain't heard that dumbass shit. I'll be like, yo, nigga, all right, if we in one type of conversation, like, yo, you remember back in the days over in such and such shit? You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, yeah, you know that story, and the story's in a good tone. That's a good memory. But if your memory is consistent of, yo, son, remember when we was over there, niggas raided the whole shit, niggas got killed and all that shit or whatever, you embracing that shit and moving it around, like, I ain't got no room for no nigga like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, this is Jay-Z lyric. I don't be in the project hallway talking about how I be in the projects all day. Other than that, y'all, let me get up off here. Like I said, I don't get supported financially, so, you know what I mean? I don't be throwing these izzles no more. But if y'all check me, y'all check me. If y'all don't, y'all don't, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Thanks for the views, if anything. I appreciate y'all. Peace.